buying an annuity, and it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity. Strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
This is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Tune in to Vern's On Deck Show 1 hour before first pitch. Plus, your chance to win Royals tickets during the pitch clock, following the game, or on your way home from the K. Listen to Vern's postgame show with sounds from the locker room, plus your calls and texts. Miss the show? It's available on demand with the All Things Vern channel on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5
This is
The
John
Fan.
Hager, and this is 96.5 The Fan, your home for Royals baseball.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Greatest day of the week for some, others maybe not so much, but it is a Tuesday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. How about those boys in blue? Huh? Maybe.
Literally in blue yesterday, too, huh?
Did you know they're going to wear those on Saturday night home games?
I heard
and
that.
road jerseys?
All road games this year, right?
They're going to wear these all day, every game.
Yeah.
They explained. They told you. I just thought that was hilarious yesterday. Everyone's like, so I guess these are the uniform. I mean, like, who cares if they are? Like, if those were all you wore, you got one uniform all year, powder blue.
Why not do it? The Chiefs wear the same thing all the time, right? Why can't the Royals wear the same thing all the time? Nothing wrong with that.
When did uniforms, like, become a thing?
You know, I'm going to say probably in the...
Like early 90s?
Yeah, no, because nobody had alternates. I mean, you saw yesterday the NFL now is allowing the teams to wear the throwbacks 4 times over the course of a season. So they know there's money in it to be made. I think once they found out there was dough in the uniform game, that's probably when they started doing that. Probably the 2000s. The first what?
Like uniform change? Because I'll tell you mine if you want me to tell you.
Probably I go back a little bit further than you. I would probably say the Houston Astros doing all kinds of crazy things with their uniforms. That was kind of like the first change where you went from like this rainbow-colored uniform to just kind of a blander uniform. That was kind of it for me.
Mine was Denver.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 98.
That was 98.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I'm like 11 or 10 then, and I just remember, like, them switching. And then I remember the creamsicles going away.
Right.
And then I started to kind of notice. And then I feel like after that, it was like everyone started to dip their brush in the paint.
Right.
And it was like, we're going to change too.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that, though, like, when I remember when the creamsicles went away, people were ready for the creamsicles to go away.
They were considered the most horrendous jersey in sports.
Yeah, like
not
people
just football.
hated it, right? They hated that uniform. And then they rolled out those pewter uniforms, which were disgusting. They were nothing spectacular.
Right.
And then everybody's like, we want the creamsicles back. And so then they started to realize, if we release these one at a time or something like that in one game, people get excited about it. They go buy the jersey. It's a money-making opportunity. Now, Denver is a good one because I do remember when they changed, everybody was kind of done with the orange crush, and then they brought the orange back last year. What did everybody do? We all lost our minds going, oh, my God, these are awesome,
How did the Chargers ever change their jerseys?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, they should have always been that powder blue. Like, they have, I think, the best uniform combinations in the NFL. I mean, they just do it right no matter what they wear, right? Like, I mean, look, the silver and black with the Raiders is pretty special as well. It's just 2 great colors.
It's boring, though.
But, yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. But the Chargers, I mean, they've got the best uniform combination out there. I think they do a spectacular job with that. I love the Detroit Lions, Hawaiian Blues, too, the Honolulu Blues. I like those uniforms a lot. Over the course of the years, you always saw that, and I think it just kind of reminds you of Thanksgiving and the holidays and all that, because you never watched Detroit outside of Thanksgiving, in the NFL, because they were never any good. But, the uniform changes became big, and then everybody started to to do it. And then you're like, all right, now my team needs to do it. And the Chiefs literally have nothing to do it with because they've never changed their uniforms over the year except from Dallas to Kansas City. Yeah. And the Royals have, had the changes over the years, but these powder blues are sharp. Everybody likes them. Philadelphia wears theirs, I think, every Thursday home game. Texas, I saw, was, trotting around in theirs. Toronto has theirs as well. The Padres do a good job with their uniforms, too. I like their uniforms now.
I'm not hip on the camo.
Yeah. No, the camo I'm out on. I'm not a camo fan.
I like when they flash back to the 70s and they're like almost like that. They look like, I don't know, they look like an old banana. I know that's a weird way to say it, but like they're the brown with like the outstanding yellow.
Right.
And then like the bubble letter, like we're the Brady's.
Padres. Right, yeah.
No, those are sick.
Yeah, they've had some good uniforms over the years as well. And so, the Yankees, they don't ever change their uniforms. The Mets have changed theirs a bit. The Red Sox hardly ever change their. That's why the City Connects are cool. Houston released their City Connects last night.
They say Astros on them?
They do. Their hat almost looks like a retro Atlanta Braves hat. And it's kind of cool. It's blue and white, and it's got the Astro kind of changed up logo on it a little bit. And I was looking at those last time. Like, I kind of like the hat and the batting helmet. I don't necessarily like the jersey per se, but whatever. You do you,
Yeah, I was just thinking about that last night. I don't know why. Maybe, the garage door was shut because it was a little windy. But I was like, man, when did jerseys like really start to like change? Because sometimes you have those conversations with yourself. You're like, all right, so I just heard Lefevre say they're going to wear these jerseys every road game now. I'm like, am I going to get tired of the powder blue? And that's why it changes because it doesn't have the same effect. Because like I love the combo that they're rolling out with like the dark blue shoes or like the blue, the navy socks with the blue paint, like the powder blue. Like somehow that works. It's not too much. But no, I was just thinking about that. Like, when did jerseys like become a thing where like people consistently changed it? Like,
but back in the day, they would change jerseys, but it wouldn't be a big deal. Obviously with the advent of social media, where everybody has access and all that kind of stuff, I think it has become bigger because of that. Because you have places to display these uniforms, people can comment on these uniforms. You can make other fans jealous. It's very marketable to do it right now. Like back in the day, maybe you just ran a TV commercial to show, hey, here's our new. But you didn't even do that. They would just start the season. Oh, we got new jerseys this year or something like that. Great, fantastic.
And I was going to ask you this because I don't know if you listened to Vern's pregame show yesterday, but he had a stat where Bobby Wood Jr. is in the top 20 in uniforms sold or jerseys sold.
Yeah,
he's 18th. Obviously, you know who number one is.
The first six are just New Yorkers.
Dodgers. Yeah, it's like Ohtani, Judge, Betts, Freeman, Soto. But he's 18th. Do you think that it's the powder blue, or do you think it's the normal white royal one that's the most popular one?
Well, I would, because
I don't know.
I think it's probably the white one at this point in time, because I don't know that the powder blue has been out long enough. I thought those numbers were from like 23, 24, and spilling into 25. I could be wrong about that. I was looking at that yesterday, and they said the last couple of years combined jersey sales, but I would think Bobby's got to be moving higher up that list. And that list to me was very interesting because I'm thinking to myself, we got Mahomes and we got Travis Kelce, who are playing in the same parking lot for this moment. Same state for this moment as the Kansas City Royals, and yet they're the like number 1 and 2 jersey sellers in all the NFL. And Bobby Witt, who is the second best player in baseball, according to the players and I think fans and whatnot, he's 18th on that list. That just shows you the big chasm between football and baseball in this country, that in Kansas City, Mahomes and Kelce can be 1-2 in jersey sales. And then right there across the parking lot, Bobby Witt, who's the second best player in baseball, is like 18th on that list.
Well, to be fair, Mahomes is probably the most insane quarterback we've ever seen play the sport, and 3-time champion, and been on TV for a very long time.
But Mahomes was like number 1 right away when he came onto the scene, I think.
Yeah, Madden helps. I think more people probably play Madden than the show.
Yeah.
And then Travis Kelce, I don't know if you knew this or not, but he dates Taylor Swift.
He does?
Yeah,
I've not heard that.
So as soon as he started dating her, we remember those numbers. It was like 300% in Chiefs sales. Like his became the number 1 jersey in football.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, there's a little bit of help there. Like, if Bobby Wood Jr. were to be dating like Sydney Sweeney, you'd probably see a giant. By the way, you can date Sydney Sweeney if you want. She's officially single.
Yeah, I saw that. She put out that thirst trap
what
the
a
other
time
day,
to be
right?
alive.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Not for long. Why, you going
name?
after her, Mac, or
what's
something?
his name?
I don't know who that is. What movie is he
What's
in?
his name?
The movie that they were just, I'm talking about. Glenn Powell.
Oh, I don't know.
Glenn Ross? I don't know him.
Is he
Colin Powell?
Yeah, his daughter.
The guy they were just in the rom-com together.
See, I haven't seen any of her movies.
They were filming together.
So I don't know anything about her.
I haven't seen the
movies.
movie, but you've seen him on Twitter. The guy that they've done stuff together, and there's been controversy because she was dating Still in that relationship?
I
You've
just saw
seen
the
this.
guy
We've
she
talked
was.
about this.
I know, but I don't know. I'm not drawing a picture to his
Okay,
face.
gotcha. Yeah.
Because I saw the guy she was going to marry, and I'm like, way to go.
Juliana Rancic?
His name's Colin Powell.
Colin Powell, the former
Glenn Powell.
Glenn
Powell.
Colin's kid, right? The Joint Chiefs of Staff guy? Cool.
We lost Glenn, didn't we?
Glenn?
Yeah.
Glenn who?
Glenn Powell or Colin. We lost Colin.
Colin Powell died?
Oh, yeah.
Did he really?
He's been dead,
Oh, I think we did. You're right. A couple years ago.
Yeah. Was this the guy in Twisters? I just watched Twisters.
Yes, this is the yes. Thank you. Yes.
He's the tornado wrangler.
He's the tornado wrangler.
No
What's his
doubt.
name? Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
So she's not dating him anymore? That's a shame.
No.
Good for him.
What does he look like?
he's
What
a-
you want to look
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, he's everything. Yeah.
Square jaw, perfect hairline.
Oh, yeah,
beard.
yeah.
He's
That's
a
right. Yeah.
wrinkle
Looks
is
good.
swinging.
Yeah.
Makes aviators look like they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy looks like a pilot. Yeah.
God, that guy's seen her sweater kittens.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah, I think that's what's about to happen.
So they're gonna.
So she's dating him now.
No, she broke up with her longtime, I guess, fiance. But the whole
Oh,
drama,
because she wants to be with this guy.
the whole drama was
She
they were
wants the
filming that
tornado
rom-com.
wrangler.
Yeah.
They would see each other outside of filming sets. Like, oh, they look really nice. No, we're
Does
just friends.
everybody who acts together all of a sudden just hooks up?
Yes,
I mean,
that's
like
the
it,
thing,
just,
man.
like it just doesn't matter. Whatever
did theater,
movie
you
it
know
was,
this.
yeah. But I mean, what was back in the day was Dorothy hooking up with whatever
it's funny
in the
you
Wizard
say-
of Oz. I mean,
It's funny you say Dorothy because Dorothy is what maybe got her attention to him because he's in Twisters too.
Yeah.
And he helps out the young girl from New York and he doesn't ever make a move. Not once. No move. I just watched it last night.
And you keep
Respectful
thinking he's
man.
going to make a move.
He's got drills that put his car in the ground and he shoots fireworks into tornadoes.
That's kind of cool.
Hannah
Oh, dude,
loves
the movie's
Fireworks
ter-
in the tornadoes?
The movie's terrible, but,
terrible.
but he's good. Where
And you
did we
know
go?
it's going to be bad, which makes it okay. You know,
Yeah, if you go in knowing it's going
Yeah.
to be a total just disaster,
joke.
I mean, yeah, you've got to just embrace it for what it is.
Glenn Powell, now that we know who this young man
Yes,
is, because
yes.
we are getting absolutely scorched on the text line.
Why? Because we don't know who Glenn Powell is.
Exactly.
I have no idea who anybody is, and I don't care. I'm 47 years old. I don't lose any sleep over Glenn Powell.
Okay, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like,
he was in Top Gun. Yes,
well, I haven't seen that.
gotcha.
I'm just not that guy.
No, it's
Was
fair.
he Top Gun Maverick? Was he the Maverick kid? Did he play?
yeah.
Okay, he played Tom Cruise's kid.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good hell. Good for him.
Yeah.
And good for
He's on
her.
the come.
Then why haven't I heard more about that guy? Quite honestly,
He
he
looks-
was in a big movie. He looks good. He's dating Sydney Sweeney. He was in Twisters. He screwed his car to the ground and shot fireworks into a tornado. And I don't know who this guy
Yeah,
is.
dude. Like, I don't know, man, but he's got Sydney.
Yeah, his PR team needs to step up if Bob doesn't know who
I
he is
mean,
yet.
He looks like he went on a better run in Hallmark movies in the early 2000s than maybe
Yes.
Jim Carrey and Nick Cage combined in the 90s.
Yes.
Don't disrespect Nick Cage's run in the 90s.
Nick Cage.
Have you ever seen anybody ugly on a Hallmark movie?
Never.
No. I mean, except for Alex.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Cole was in a Hallmark movie.
we kid.
Nah, Cole's a single guy here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
follow the
Cole-
Instagram page.
That's right.
My wife is cringing hearing y'all not know Glenn's name. Again,
Sorry.
Sorry.
I knew he was the Tornado Wrangler, though.
I barely know Tom Cruise, tell your wife, So
I knew I could get you there, Dusty. I knew you knew who I was talking about.
It took a while, but from uniform, changes to Glengarry, Glenn Ross, to Colin Powell's Dead, to Twister, to fireworks, to Sydney Sweeney, and here we are on a Tuesday.
You're listening to After Hours on 96. I'm kidding. Coming up on the other side, Jonathan India is a dog. And I think there are now more comparisons to 2015 and 2025 than maybe you even know. Here on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey guys, Dusty Likens. How you doing? Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, no big deal, but then it happened again and again and again and then again. Now you know it's a problem. Erectile dysfunction is the intimacy destroyer. Research shows that men can draw apart from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The condition can cause stress, anxiety, and even depression. Even worse, a man's partner can start to blame themselves when the ED becomes a problem. How many guys out there have mediocre sex life? It's just good enough, or it could be really good. Maybe the pills are just working okay, but they could be better. There are a few things more wonderful in life than intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have a devastating effect on a relationship. Heartland Men's Health has treatments with success rates well over 99%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So schedule a visit with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99, and it includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work, your in-office visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, I'm talking to you guys, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations, as always, to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, and their new office in North Kansas City. So go visit my people at Heartland Men's Health today.
Attention car shoppers, Kevin Harlan here with Rob Side of Rob Side Ford in South Kansas City. Hey Rob, what's going on?
We are making 2025 the best year in Rob Site Ford history, and we are doing it with 4 simple steps.
Simple is what I love most about Rob Site Ford. So Rob, what's the plan?
It starts with Rob Site Ford's non-commissioned sales staff, Kansas City's lowest prices on brand new Fords, the best trade-in values, the biggest selection we've ever had. With those 4 steps, it is my personal mission to make Rob Site Ford the easiest, most value-driven Ford dealership in Kansas City. No BS.
That's why Rob Site Ford is the only dealership I'll send my friends and family to. But you're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
Rob Site Ford is Kansas City's top-rated Google Ford dealership.
Good call. Can't forget about that. Check out Rob Site Ford in South Kansas City at 135th and State Line, ROBSIGHT.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car!
But what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
It's March matchups at BetMGM. Lock in your picks for this year's tournament with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Get into the game with exciting state-of-the-art live tracking technology, exclusive sportsbook selections, and so much more. Check out BetMGM Originals for dozens of markets you won't find anywhere else. Take a shot at our exciting free-to-play games for your chance at scoring odds boost tokens, bonus bets, and many other prizes. Experience college hoops like never before with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Some U.S. promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. First bet offer for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements and rewards may vary. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp. You know when someone hits you with the, hey, what have you been up to? And I reply with, not much. You know, you get through the weekend highlights or whatever. Lately, my answers have been a little more interesting. I dropped 20 pounds with Awaken 180. 20. It feels amazing to say, hey, look, I didn't do it without the meds. There's no gimmicks. It's just fast. Like some of that part where you just like, hey, these are the ways I did it, because people are always curious how you go back through it. These things are good to feel good about yourself, and over 20 pounds in 4 weeks feels great. Over 25,000 clients have succeeded with Awaken 180. Even Kayam created a line of Awaken 180 approved sausages that's like, legit, this is. My clothes fit better, I feel good, and the compliments don't hurt. Look, you know I like attention. Awaken 180 is the go-to choice because it's simple, effective, and it works for anyone. In just 4 weeks, I'm down 20 pounds. Nothing's stopping you. Go online at awaken180weightloss.com or give them a call, 844-346-1800.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri sign 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Glenn Powell, Colin Powell, Chris Powell. He goes by Unicero, though. Who gives a rip? Welcome back to Fesco and Dusty on 96.5
Why don't we just call
The
him
Van.
10?
There's a whole thing behind it. Anyways, let's dive right into it because we, did we have almost a minor garage session that start. Yesterday's game was interesting. I thought yesterday's game proved a lot of information for a lot of people. One, it's not. It might not just be torpedo bats. Milwaukee might just suck.
They suck. Yeah, I was going to say.
And they won
like,
the division last year.
I know. You know who's leading that division right now are the Cardinals, which is shocking because
Well, they did us a favor, and we're doing them a favor.
That's
They
right.
swept the Twins. Now we sweep the Brewers.
You know,
and then we're back to enemies.
Correct. And then we don't want to see anything to do with you again. And once we move to 119th and Null, we're out of your state, and you can have it all to yourself. And hey, I'm just giving the information. People don't want to hear it, but whatever. So I think, it is what it is. It's hard to burst your bubble. But yeah, the Brewers stink. I mean, they really stink right now. I mean, you can sit here and say the bats. You can sit here and, blame the.
Their superstar is now immortal.
I mean, all this kind of stuff.
Christian Yelich looked like us.
Yeah, but he's 100 now, isn't he? I mean, I feel like Christian Yelich has been around.
I think he was dating all those
for a long time.
Recently singled famous women.
Is he really?
No, he just looks like Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, but I mean, he should be dating somebody good looking.
Sure he is.
You're a baseball player and you're good looking. Let's go.
That's like 6'6", dude.
Yeah, but I feel like Yelich has been like on the downside of his career.
He got hurt last year.
He's no longer on the uptick. He's on the downside of his career, and so a superstar. I don't know, but I mean, my God, this Brewers team right now, they're already at a negative 32 run differential, and so say what you want about the torpedo bats, the Royals put up 11 or whatever it was yesterday on this club. They stink right now.
Jonathan India, right? Let's talk about him.
Let's talk about Jonathan India, right?
What a dog, dude.
Yeah, that guy.
Beast.
I mean,
what a dog.
Dude gets hit in the face with a 99-mile-an-hour pitch, and he's in the lineup the next day at a noon game or whatever it was. Yeah,
goes 3 for 5.
Yeah, right. And then goes out there and produces, right? Like you woke up a sleeping giant in Jonathan India. I told you I love that guy. And after the weekend, everybody's like, I'm down on Jonathan India. It's 3 games, sir.
Welcome back.
Yeah, you back onto the India bus now? Let's go.
I thought a lot of stuff was shown yesterday for that Royals team. And yes, I'm going to give the credit to where the credit is due. Like that, maybe that Brewers pitching staff is terrible. Now that pitcher yesterday was in, I think, Japan last year. Hadn't pitched a whole lot this year. Had like 2 pitches. Had like a cutter and a fastball. That was it.
Yeah.
And they were teeing off on him from the jump.
And so what? And you take advantage of bad teams. Like you don't apologize.
Right. No. And so I will put that out there. So I don't sound completely biased because I had a lot of fun watching that game yesterday. A lot of fun. And I thought that after the way the game ended Sunday, like this to me felt like, gosh, I don't want to go that dramatic, but this felt to me like you lost a division matchup for the Chiefs and you came back the next day and you beat like
Carolina by 3?
No, but you came back and you beat a good team in the NFC by, 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have gone 2 different ways. Like we could not have seen Jonathan India. Jonathan India could have gotten back off the plate because he just took a 99 torpedo arm to the face and went 3 for 5. Bobby Witt Jr. looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Salvador Perez hit a dinger.
Yep.
And let's have a moment. Michael Garcia might have found a swing.
Yeah, I told you. This guy's going to be good this year, man.
And that's a huge important piece because that narrows that gap from 7, 8, 9. Your 7, 8, 9 is abysmal. We don't need to get into that. If you're like Vern said in his pregame show yesterday, if you're still, complaining and moaning about the outfield, that's last year's talk. And I get it. It's bad. Like I will talk about Hunter Renfroe, but look, the guy showed up yesterday and had a big hit and early on.
Yeah,
2
early hit, yeah.
And, at least he's doing that. MJ is still going to struggle. That is going to be something that's just beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Well, you can't continue to do it because it gets old, right? You get tired of talking about it. People get tired of listening about it. We know what it is, right? We know that those guys, hey, they're the weak links of the team. But the thing is, everybody in baseball, I've said this to you numerous times, everybody in baseball has this same conversation about 7, 8, 9. There's just not enough good players in Major League Baseball to fill 26 roster spots on 30 teams. There aren't enough true Major League Baseball players in the world today to fill out these rosters. And so everybody 7, 8, 9 is going to kind of stink. And so that's where baseball is right now. but you want to get the most out of 1 through 6 in your order. And yesterday, you did just that. And then you got some of those guys, 7, 8, 9. You know, Marv or whatever still didn't produce out there and struck out a lot yesterday, it felt like. But at least Hunter Renfroe got kind of off the schneid a little bit yesterday and came up with that big hit. And if you can get a couple of hits mixed in from him every once in a while, you know, and play out the season, and hey, here we go. So, but Michael Garcia, man, I tell you, that guy's going to be good this year. I think he's kind of bounced back a little bit from where he was last year. A lot of pressure on him last year, I think. Now getting Jonathan India kind of takes that pressure off of Michael Garcia.
And again, with the Michael Garcia, I can understand it if, like, you know, some people are a little bit shy because, again, last year was a great start for Michael Garcia too, and then went south quickly. But the ray of hope that he can be that sixth guy in the lineup right now, because you know what your 1 through 5 is day in and day out. It's going to be the same. It's going to be India, Bobby, Vinny, Sal, Massey. But if Garcia can go there in the 6th spot, then your 7, 8, 9 is going to cycle through. It's going to be Renfroe, Melendez, and Isbell, or it's going to be somebody else that's going to play. Maybe it's Mark Hanna's going to play. He was in there yesterday. But the way that game ended Sunday could have affected that team in one of two ways. And one of the ways that it came out was perfect. They all came out as, you know, hungry dogs ready to eat. And they put a whooping on the Brewers. Like 10-1 or 11-1, 11-1, and that game was over in the first inning, in my opinion. And it was 3-0. And then here comes the biggest question mark of the rotation for a lot. And
How great was he yesterday?
And he said, "Hold my beer, Jonathan India.
Yeah.
Here's another dog for you." And struck out the side.
Yeah, Bubic was great yesterday.
And not only that, but if you watch these games a little bit more, I don't know, nerdier than most, you would notice that, like, opening day, now I didn't notice because where we were sitting, but Reagan's wasn't hitting his spots, right? He was, you know, kind of like grinding through it. Lugo was the same way. Walker was the same way. You had talked about yesterday, no quality start.
Right.
There's your answer.
Yeah.
Chris Bubic goes out there, and it was the way that he was, like, hitting his fastball. Like, it was only like 92, 93 at times, which is, again, I'm not saying that, everybody, but Major League fastball nowadays are like 95, 96, 100.
Yeah.
And the way he was hitting his spots yesterday and making Milwaukee look foolish. Now, again, maybe Milwaukee's not the best, you know, example to use, but again, like you said,
but you build confidence by doing these wins. You know, you gotta get confidence. And if you go to Milwaukee or Minnesota at this point, which I told you something not right with this Minnesota team. They got their ass handed to them again yesterday.
Chicago.
They haven't won a game yet this season. What did the White Sox put up? 9-0. 9. The White Sox blanked you 9-0 yesterday, Minnesota, right? Something's not right there in Minnesota. Baldelli will be the first manager fired. But the Brewers are headed down that path as well. So maybe this year you take advantage of the Brewers for 6 games, and then you take advantage of the Twins, and they become last year's White Sox for you, where you got to go in there now and win 12 or 13 games against the Minnesota Twins because you can't afford to lose to a team that's probably going to fire their manager before the month is over.
And if you don't like seeing MJ Melendez in the lineup every day, you probably won't see him in the lineup every day, because if Garcia keeps producing and playing well in center field, they're going to move Isbell to left, and they're going to have Renfroe in right, and that's going to be your outfield.
Yeah.
And Melendez, you will see his time start to slip away, because if he just keeps swinging and missing at an egregious rate,
got to keep that top hand on the bat.
Or listen to one of the best hitters ever to play baseball, or not. But again, like, yesterday showed so much character for that team. And again, I am stating the obvious. Maybe Milwaukee is bad. The pitcher today going against the Royals has an 18 ERA.
Who is it?
It's
not Nasty Nestor, right?
No, we missed him,
Nasty Nestor.
No, yeah. Today it's I forget what his name is.
How can you have an 18 ERA? It's game 5.
Because you play torpedo bats in New York.
I mean, what are you coming out of the bullpen and now you're going into the
Chad Patrick.
Oh, Chad Patrick. He's a
first
golfer.
name guy.
Yeah. Hello, Chad. I am a Mission Hills resident.
So his last start. Yeah, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, and his ERA is 18.
Chad Patrick.
That's right.
He pitched 1 inning. Did he start, or was he was he an opener?
Maybe.
I mean, this opener stuff. I mean, you want to talk about soft. I can't pitch the first. Get your ass out there and pitch the first inning.
He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 home run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
How many innings did you say?
He pitched 1.
1 inning. Oh. Yeah. And that's why he has an 18 ERA. He gave up. Yeah.
Okay. So he's only pitched 1 inning. So, opener style for Milwaukee today. So if you can go out there again and set the tone and give Michael Lorenzen a chance, maybe he's a guy at the end of your bullpen today. Game will start at 6:40. Pregame starts at 5:30 here on 96.5 The Fan with Vern's on Deck show. But again, like, he took a fastball to the face. There was the Vinny Pasquantino audio. And then yesterday, you just unleashed the dogs, and Jonathan India set the tone. A guy that got absolutely obliterated in the face by a fastball goes out there and goes 3 for 5 and just set the tone. And that's exactly what you needed, was somebody that could set the tone for this lineup and give people an opportunity to knock runs in, and they did that yesterday.
Yeah, imagine what they could have done with torpedo bats, right? Like, we got to get some of those in the lineup. I don't even know that would help with Marv, but so get some of these torpedo bats here in the lineup and see where they go, because you saw what Ellie De La Cruz did with torpedo bat yesterday in Cincinnati. Like,
damn near hit the cycle.
I mean, it's awesome. This is great. This is the best thing to happen to baseball since steroids. I mean, let's go, baby.
But yeah, so they'll play today. They're back to 500, 2-2. Like, if you can, obviously you go one game at a time. If you win the game today, you go for the sweep.
Yeah, you go for the series sweep, but you won the series. Win today and you win that series. And if you're going to be an opener, this guy, you're giving up runs. You got one job, pitch one inning. Why are we going with an opener if this guy's giving up runs?
Well, let's give up some more today.
Yeah, I mean, the opener, God, that's just so weak. It is such a weak thing in baseball right now to have the opener. And I don't care if somebody on the Royals does it. It sucks.
It's like the equivalent of the Wildcat offense. You're trying to, buck the trend of like normalcy.
Because you don't have a quarterback, So let's go with the Wildcat.
But no, I think we could talk a little bit about Chris Bubich too as well, because I thought he was great yesterday. He's what you would think that a guy that needs to come in a situation like that where you lose 2 out of 3 to your division rival, and you need somebody to stop the bleeding and show that you have pitching in this staff that can go out there and win you games. And that game, with the way Chris Bubich looked in that first inning, he had that game on lock. Moving forward.
Well, he's a great story too, because Chris Bubich was left for dead. I don't think anybody was thinking Chris Bubich would be part of anything after 2 years ago or whatever. It's like, okay, this guy's not going to be anything. Then he goes and refines his game and finds some success and confidence out in the bullpen, and then he goes out there and he wins the starting job this year. And so you like to see that. That's a guy that they drafted. That's a guy you want to see have success. And so I give Chris Bubich a lot of credit for, not giving up and continue to fight, because it's easy, man. In Major League Baseball, your whole life, you're used to having success. You go to Stanford, you have success. Your whole life, you're just dominating. And then you get up here and you don't have that success. And you can go one of two ways. You can go and just forget about baseball for the rest of your life and crawl into a hole and cry and not compete. Or you can go out there and work your ass off. And Chris Bubich did that, man. You get credit for doing that. So I give Bubich a lot of credit for kind of figuring things out. Now, that was a great start against the Brewers. Let's see what you do against a Major League Baseball team when you go out there the next time around, right?
Yeah, and I think that'll be against, let's see.
It's got to be against Baltimore, right?
Probably on Sunday.
Yeah, because you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you have that off day in there, probably Saturday or Sunday. Bubich will go back out there against a Major League team this next time through the rotation, and we'll see what he can do, right?
Do you think that there'll ever be a discussion of, because I remember last year you had said something about how the Aroldis Chapman trade for Cole Reagans might be the best trade in, Royals franchise.
Yeah.
Because you might have an ace.
Yeah, you got an ace, yeah.
You think we'll go back and think about this India Singer trade?
About how
great it might actually work out for the Royals?
Oh, I think it's going to be a good trade for both parties.
Because he shoved last night.
He did. But I don't think we need to compare India versus Singer every time and go, oh, we lost Brady Singer. We didn't lose Brady Singer. It was time for Brady Singer to go, right? It had worn out its welcome. It was time. It was time to move on. We needed something. India kind of wore out his welcome there as well in Cincinnati. It was time to move on from him in Cincinnati. I just think it's a good baseball trade. I just think it's a really, really good baseball trade. But nothing compares to going out and getting an ace. Nothing.
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to, like, the trade overall, like, Cincinnati had no depth at pitching. They needed a pitcher. The Royals had depth in pitching. It is what it is. They had Walker, Lugo, and Reagans. They were bringing them all back. They knew Bubich was going to come to the rotation. And then it was just a fight for the fifth spot, whether it was, by the way, Daniel Lynch looks good out of the bullpen.
He does. Yeah.
I'd love to see him get more reps. But Singer last night obviously shoved 7 innings, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts. Looked great in his debut. Easy game to be good in. Yeah. Like, they just absolutely whipped, I think, the Rangers, right?
The Rangers. It was like 13-0 when I sat down last night and turned on all the games. I'm like, 13-0? My God.
Well, it helps when De La Cruz has a home run, 2 home runs, a double, and a single, and absolutely just goes berserk.
7 RBIs last night or whatever it was. Did it end up being 8?
Maybe it was, 7 or 8. But just a great trade overall, because the Royals didn't have anybody at the top of the lineup. The Cincinnati Reds had expense that they could get rid of at the top of their lineup. They got it. They got rid of India.
It was a perfect
trade.
Got
rid of Singer, and they both worked out almost perfectly. I'm not saying that's going to happen every time. It just so happens the planets align.
It doesn't happen a lot, you know.
Your guy goes 3 for 5, has 3 RBI or whatever it was, 2 RBIs, and then their guy goes 7 innings, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts, hand shakes hand. Thank you very much for your business.
And that's what you want too in a trade. I mean, I know when these trades are made, everybody rushes to their internets and just determines who won the trade? Well, it's December. How the hell do you know who won a trade in December? And so I think when baseball historians look back on this trade, hopefully they're looking back on it and go, that was just a good baseball trade, benefited everybody. There doesn't need to be a winner every single time in everything. Sometimes it's okay just to say, hey, we both benefited from this, and clearly Cincinnati has benefited so far, and clearly the Royals have benefited.
So, of course, we get weird on here, and we can have a little torpedo bat conversation, because I don't know if you saw Jazz Chisholm's tweet the other day. Okay, explanation, the barrel is bigger within MLB regulation. For the idiots that say it's moved to the label, you're an idiot. Nobody is trying to get jammed. You just move the wood from the parts you don't use to the parts you do. You're welcome. No more stress for y'all. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see more of these. Obviously, they've been like, what is it?
Atlanta
sold
put
out.
in an order, and somebody else put in an order I saw yesterday as well. Like, everybody's calling right now, these bat companies going, yeah, we need these torpedo bats. But this isn't something new. They've been around. They were around last year. It's just nobody talked about them, right? Like, literally, I went to spring training twice this year, Dusty, and not one person mentioned torpedo bats or anything like that. It was like they were kind of keeping this thing quiet, keeping a secret. Then, boom, all of a sudden, 119th and all.
That's 3. So, you know, you think about what a torpedo bat can do is it can make, it's a Home Alone reference, how it can like maybe like improve things like an easier tool to make things,
Work smarter, not harder, folks.
What's the equivalent to a torpedo bat at like the normal household?
And the normal household would probably be like a Roomba.
Yeah, so that we don't have to use like a
That's
normal
a good
vacuum.
one.
Yeah, like a normal vacuum, right? It just kind of does it for you.
Yeah, it goes
you
around.
know?
Yeah, you look, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Clean.
The air fryer maybe is kind of a torpedo bat, if you will. Or some people have those lawnmowers that mow their lawns by themselves now.
I've seen those.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's like a Roomba lawnmower?
Roomba lawnmower,
Well,
yeah.
what's the fun in that?
I don't know. I'm out on that one. I'm out on the Roomba, too. I don't mind vacuuming. The dog
I don't
hates
mind
it.
vacuuming,
Whatever.
Yeah, I think mowing's like the most exciting, mundane task there is.
Yeah, and I want
It's therapeutic,
I want my
though,
lines
you
to
know?
look right. I don't know if the
Oh,
Roomba's
wait till you
gonna
see
do
what
it.
Aspen's going to do to the lawn.
Okay,
They came
let's
out
go.
yesterday. The guy's like, we're going to stripe this thing. It's going to look nice.
Nice.
I'm like, I can't wait, baby.
That's the best.
We all mow our lawn after we're done. And you put everything up, you sit on the back patio.
And you
put your-
admire it.
You put your
You're like,
hands in your
hell
hip. You're like,
yeah.
we're back.
Like when Jen's mowing the lawn, I sit there with a beer and watch her and make sure she doesn't miss a spot.
Hey, Jen.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
back over there.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get that back corner. Or you going to
Like, what are you going to do? You this little grass right here, get the weed whacker out? You going to get all that? Or I got to stand here and look at this little grass all day? Let's go.
Somebody in the text I said the Twins have been using the torpedo bats. How's that working for them?
Have they been using the torpedo bats?
Yikes.
They ought to use the torpedo pitchers or something like that. I'm going to tell you, Rocco Baldelli, first manager, fired. And if the Brewers don't turn things around, too, I mean, Ricky Weeks is sitting right there on the dugout getting ejected yesterday. I loved Ricky Weeks as a player, like one of those guilty obsession players. You know, I don't know why I was always in love with Ricky. Always wanted him here. Love that guy. Boy, if Pat Murphy, gets fired, he'll go down to a bar and fight somebody, and then you can promote Ricky Weeks to manager. He's sitting right there, folks. That may be the move that happens in Milwaukee.
So you're saying that their manager, Pat Murphy, is week to weeks?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know. I do think the air fryer is the ultimate
The air fryer.
torpedo. It makes everyone a great cook. It enhances every food you could have possibly dreamed of. Like, how many people do you know that are like, hey, do you like salmon? Yeah. How do you cook your salmon? Air fryer. I mean, it's straight up. Like, there's nothing better. Like, you no longer have those like soggy fries that go in the oven.
Right.
The only ones that are good are the ones in the corner that you get first.
Right.
Now every fry in the air fryer is perfect.
Yes. Right.
Pizza rolls have become elite. You go back to your
Have
childhood.
you Pop-Tarted in the air fryer
That
yet?
I have not done. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in like 15 years.
Okay, I didn't know. Have you not Pop-Tarted in the air fryer? I haven't
No.
either. I hardly have ever had a Pop-Tart. It's never been something that I've been interested
I don't
in.
purchase them.
Yeah, but I'm sure Kling used to eat them raw. He used to raw eat the Pop-Tarts, man. Like, let's go. But in the air fryer, I bet you they're really good. Or one of those toaster strudels. Do they still even make toaster strudels?
Absolutely. They
Oh,
have to,
man, you
right?
get that packet of icing and you go across the top. What a well-balanced
good.
breakfast that was.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shot
throw that in the air
of adrenaline
fryer.
in your arm.
Yeah. Diabetes for one, please. Thank you very much. Toaster strudel, insert into vein.
Now I just need to figure out there's like a torpedo bat equivalent to golf.
I'm sure there is. Isn't there like a driver with a huge head or something like that drives the ball and everybody goes, that's an illegal club? Actually, it's not.
Yeah.
Didn't Tiger have something like that back in the day? Didn't he get like really big like heads on his golf clubs?
I don't think it was a golf club.
Oh.
Would a torpedo? I mean, rangefinder, because you're not allowed to use that.
Yeah,
in the tournament,
rangefinder.
but
They're trying to legalize that.
They
though.
are. They should.
I don't know why they
Why
don't.
wouldn't you
Yeah,
legal?
come on.
How is that
Takes
cheating?
the sport out of it.
We want to make sports better. We want to make things more enjoyable. We want to watch the best athletes in the world play better at sports than we can.
Mm-hmm.
And if a rangefinder helps golfers become that much better on the PGA Tour, so what?
I think the equivalent
I
of
want
a-
to see greatness.
I think the equivalent of a rangefinder in golf would be like the pitch clock. Instead of like sitting there and being like, well, it seems to be 135. That backside edge is 151. That means it's sitting about 140. Instead, it's just, all right, to the flag's 138.
Do you think the rangefinder would speed up the game of golf?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I could see these guys.
That's a
they
positive.
throw up the grass in the air, lick their finger, and they're checking for a breeze. Just hit the ball.
Well, you have to know where the wind's going. The wind and the air and the rangefinder kind of don't really work, but like at least you would be able to sit there and like you would know your distance right away to where like that narrows 2 clubs right away instead of a guy being like, well, let's see, the wind's blowing quickly out of the south, so it's playing like a club down. And now you can just look at the pin and be like, it's 171.
What about a shot clock in golf?
Well, down the TGL they did that.
How did it work? Did people like
It just
it?
sped up the round, but
Yeah.
again, like there's not cuts being made and tournaments being won. Yeah, there's a $1 million prize or $2.5 million prize at the end, but again, it's indoor golf as of the actual sport. But
Right.
there's a lot of things that golf can fix, like being able to roll it back. Oh, it's in a divot. You got to hit. I didn't make that divot.
What
It's
about the electric garage door opener? Is that considered a torpedo bat, or is that just common practice?
for
now?
sure? Because you don't have to
That's
get out of your
torpedo.
car. Being a kid, get out of the car and open the
Open
garage.
the
Dad.
garage. Yeah, I remember we got the first
Damn it.
automatic garage door opener. It was like awesome. Like I didn't have to get out of the car and open the door.
Cordless phone.
Cordless phone was a good one. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
I can just sit on the couch. Oh, phone's dying. Got to put on the charger.
Yeah.
Now you don't even have a house phone.
No, God, no. When did you get rid of you? When was the last time you had a home phone?
Oh man, 2000 maybe.
Really?
Okay,
Wow,
yeah.
that
Well,
early.
it was part of like the package deal, right? Like it was like you get landline internet,
And you had to get the landline at one point, otherwise they wouldn't give you the deal. Yeah.
And we just didn't disconnect it, so it didn't ring.
But then you needed it for your internet at times until you got the high speed. I think 03, I think we finally got rid of our landline.
Ours definitely later than that. 'Cause
03, 04.
I remember the number. I remember it, so it's definitely.
Do you
later
remember
than
your childhood phone number?
that. the home phone? Yep.
Yeah, 361-3767.
There
What
you
was
go.
yours?
360-4718, I think.
Did you have a home phone? Do you remember your home phone number?
Both numbers. 816 on both, 224-0498, 228-1170.
Oh, you had a dual line in the
I had
house.
mom and I had dad's house.
gotcha.
Mom's house and
Nice.
dad's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day.
I remember my grandmother's phone number,
Wow.
347-8662.
Damn.
You had to memorize numbers back
makes
in the
sense.
day.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
How many phone numbers do you have memorized today?
0.
I got my wife's phone number. I think I have my mother's and my sister. I don't know what my dad's is because he changed it years ago for whatever reason. Couldn't tell you what my kids' phone numbers is.
Yeah, Dad, Mom, and Hannah. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, I think I know like my stepdad, my dad's, and my own.
Yeah, my own.
Yeah, your
it's
own.
count
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
but
I think
yeah.
that's it. It's like the free space on the bingo card. The Royals had a really good day yesterday. Nobody on the hot corner except for maybe one, which I'll explain why it's, well, Angel Zerpa's on the hot corner. We'll tell you that, as well as many others here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control finally came out to the house yesterday, and boy, did we have an enjoyable visit. Yes, there was a lot of laughter involved, and they looked at the lawn and they go, oh my God, this is a mess. But more importantly, they go, we can fix this easily. It's going to be awesome once we're done with it. We went through an entire plan of what we're going to do with the fertilizer and feeding the lawn and cutting the grass and putting down all the mulch and all that kind of great stuff that the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are able to do. And then what I'm really, really excited about, I've told you guys, is that pest control option where they're going to basically put a shield around our yard. There's going to be no mosquitoes. There's going to be no fleas. There's going to be no ticks. There's going to be no bugs in our yard all spring and summer long. And I am looking forward to that more than anything in the world. And if you're looking forward to having your lawn look great, or maybe you want the bug protection as well, Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is the company to call. These guys are awesome. They were there for about an hour yesterday. They went through the entire process with us. They told us what they could do, what we should do. I mean, it was as good a conversation as I've had in a long time. So get in touch with the guys over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They've been in business since 1984. $155, and if you mention it here, you'll get a free estimate and up to half off your first application. So don't wait. Call them today or just visit aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
If the exterior of your home or business needs a facelift, trust the guys at CertaPro Painters like we did. They're local and they get the job done right the first time. CertaPro Painters take care of every little detail, and I can't wait to finally be proud of the outside of my home. So if you're feeling like your home or business needs that facelift, schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. Call and ask about their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operate.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went,
I'm so excited.
yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
At Tractor Supply, we know that a winning season out here takes practice, teamwork, and a can-do attitude. Thankfully, when it comes to teamwork, it's great to have a neighbor like Tractor Supply. No matter the season, our team members are here to help. Like you, they know that nothing beats the feeling of seeing all your hard work pay off. Whether you're caring for pets, chickens, or a few acres, we have everything you need to get the most out of life out here. Season after season, Tractor Supply. For life, out here.
Kubota Orange Days delivers the savings you need for the life you love. Shop a wide selection of equipment at your local dealer, including America's #1 selling compact tractor. And get your perfect match delivered to your door. Designed for comfort and built for performance. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. Sales ending soon. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
It's March matchups at BetMGM. Lock in your picks for this year's tournament with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Get into the game with exciting state-of-the-art live tracking technology, exclusive sportsbook selections, and so much more. Check out BetMGM Originals for dozens of markets you won't find anywhere else. Take a shot at our exciting free-to-play games for your chance at scoring odds boost tokens, bonus bets, and many other prizes. Experience college hoops like never before with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Some U.S. promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. First bet offer for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements and rewards may vary. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Totel.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 5.25%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket cost. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 5.25 fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
6.19 APR, FHA, 15-year, 20% equity qualified credit. Additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
This hour on 96.5 The Fan is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Results every week and then receive free support for life. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, a few slow spots inbound I-70 from Little Blue Parkway in past Noland. 71 northbound starting to slow roll from 87th up towards Gregory and Lee Summit. US 50 westbound a little slow from 3rd Street to Chipman. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Right back at it here on 96.5 The Fan. Fesco and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. Royals hit 6:40, pregame 5:30 with Josh Vernier on deck show.
You were reading some odds to me during the break about the torpedo bat guys.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, the sports books were like, let's say, I don't know, Thursday night, Friday morning after the debut of these torpedo bats, how, like, wild were people working behind the scenes to try to figure out what to do with odds now on players and prop bets and all that kind of stuff? Because the torpedo bats are clearly changing the way people are kind of putting up numbers already this season.
Yeah, on X, Parlay Science put out a graphic, and it has the torpedo sheet. So it has a lot of players that use it, from Ayla De La Cruz to Jazz Chisholm to Paul Goldschmidt to Dansby Swanson to all these guys that are using it. The group total for the people that are using the torpedo bat, they have 159 at bats, 43 hits, 17 home runs, 37 RBI, and they're combined with a 270 average and a 924 OPS. So for those of you that are like, what does that mean? It's working.
Yeah, it is. And here are the confirmed users according to Yahoo. Anthony Volpe, Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger, Austin Wells, your twin, and Paul Goldschmidt with the Yankees. Dansby Swanson and Nico Horner with the Cubs. Ellie De La Cruz and Jose Trevino with the Reds. Lindor with the Mets. Rutschman with the Orioles. Junior Camarino with the Rays. Davis Schneider with the Blue Jays. Davis Schneider, I don't know him. And then Ryan Jeffers with the Minnesota Twins. That's according to Yahoo. Those are the confirmed torpedo bat users. So if you're looking to, do some, hedging, if you will, keep those names in mind. And, maybe you want to take the overs on a lot of these guys, right?
On that same graphic, it says anticipated, showing interest, or ordered. Brewers lineup, Phillies lineup, Braves lineup.
Brewers need all the help they can get right now.
Right.
Brewers, Phillies, and Braves.
That's right.
Where are the Royals on this?
Yeah, they're all right. They just put up 11 yesterday. They don't need them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one guy that could use it.
Yes.
We all know who that guy is. Let's get into a hot corner Tuesday. We do it in the NFL season. We call it Tough Tuesdays. This season, we call it the hot corner. So let's begin with that. Bob, who do you have on the top of the list?
Well, it came to me yesterday when I picked up my child at 8th grade, and she gets in the car and says to me, "Did you see that man running around the baseball field on opening day?" And I said, "Hunter Renfroe?" She goes, "Yeah, that guy." Goes, "What was he doing?" And so
that's great.
This is on Monday, mind you, right? The game took place on Thursday, and then we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back to school on Monday. It's now making its way around the middle schools. The Twitter video, not Twitter video, but the TikTok of Hunter Renfroe out in the outfield doing whatever that was. And then the throw that we saw on Sunday wasn't great. He to me is a little bit on the hot seat because I don't know if he's able to overcome that opening weekend of, malaise that took place out there in the outfield for Hunter Renfroe. I think it's going to be tough for him in minds of fans because that's how we work, that first impression. That first impression was not good with Hunter Renfroe. So I think it's going to be tough for him to overcome that, especially when it's making its way around the schools, if you will, and the 8th graders are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of had a decent game at the plate yesterday because it's like, well, if you're not going to do it in the field, you got to do it at the plate. If you're not going to do it at the plate, you got to do it at the field. And obviously the arm has been an issue because he couldn't throw out Carlos Santana.
Right.
Let alone the guitarist with Rob Thomas. Great song. I would say that MJ is continuously in the hot corner.
Yeah.
I mean, again, striking out at a ridiculous rate. I know he had a hit yesterday in RBI. That's great. Who didn't? I'll give him credit for that. But again, it's just like, come on, man. Like, you've got to get this figured out because you're on borrowed time. And that leash is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And come April 4th, when Jack Caglione starts hitting in Double-A, he will then be monitored more than any Double-A player probably in the Royals franchise.
Yeah, right.
And we'll see what that jump is, because if he's hitting in Double-A right out of the chute for a month, they're going to move to Triple-A. And if he's hitting well in Triple-A for a month and he continues to that rapid rate that he is on, that's going to make things a lot easier for their decision. Now, again, if he goes into AAA and struggles massively, then unfortunately it is what it is. But that's also something where you have that in-house competition. Maybe that's something where MJ doesn't believe it yet because it hasn't really happened yet, but something's going to give eventually. And if you keep being an automatic out, they will make sure that you are not going to be an automatic out. And the fact that they have MJ Melendez, or not MJ Melendez, but Michael Garcia playing center field, and if Kyle Isbell is a above average glove in the outfield, you're going to put him in right field or left field, and somebody's not going to play.
Yeah.
And if Hunter Renfroe is able to hit, hits and get runs scored because he can be a better hitter than MJ, then that person's gone. So the hot corner for MJ is getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
It is.
What did Boris call Hosmer one year in the offseason?
They called the system in San Diego magma hot. Yeah, hot magma lava. Yeah.
Well, that hot corner is magma hot right now for MJ. And I know it's been a small sample size, but one hit, like 4 or 5 strikeouts, dog, it ain't working.
Yeah, he's got to figure out some things right now. But you know what? If he doesn't, that's on him, and he's the only one that can blame himself. I mean, so there's nobody else to blame other than you. I mean, you've got to do better, and it's not the manager's fault. It's not the GM's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's you. You got to go out there and perform better. So that's kind of where I stand on the hot corner. I have Hunter Renfroe. You have MJ Melendez. But I think that's why, in my opinion anyway, and I'm going to continue to say this, I think Michael Massey is kind of the key to all of this. The Jenga piece. Like, if you take Michael Massey out of that lineup, it all kind of crumbles, because then you have to have Renfroe in the lineup. You have to have MJ in the lineup. If Michael Massey can stay healthy and be that guy at second base for 158 games or whatever this year, and then you can play Jonathan India at third base, that frees up Michael Garcia to go out there and play center field, which not only strengthens your defense, but it also strengthens your offense by having that. That's why the health of Michael Massey, to me, is going to be very, very key, and something that I'm going to watch all season long. And if Michael Massey gets hurt, it is going to have a negative effect on a lot of people in that lineup.
Minnesota, Mac just let us know, has been outscored 28-6 in their first 4 games. The Brewers also in that hot corner, giving up 47 runs in 36 innings.
Yeah, they're minus 32 in run differential already, and Milwaukee's by far the largest. Yeah, I mean, it is bad, man. Minnesota, I think, was negative 22 in run differential or something like that. Like, we're 4 games into the season, and you're already like 40 games behind, or 40 runs behind, the amount that you're scoring. I mean, that's going to be tough for Milwaukee to dig out of this thing.
The last hot corner we can get to is Angel Zerpa. Zerpa. It's not going well. Again, probably was the only thing that you could say was a huge negative yesterday. Came in again, another run, another hits. Opening day, we obviously remember first pitch deep to left. ERA is hitting 7 right now. It's gonna be tough with not gonna throw a ton of innings, but he's supposed to be your lefty specialist. He's supposed to be a guy who can go out there. Yesterday was one of those games where it's like, hey, get it together, find your groove. Still didn't seem to have it. The hot corner for Angel Zerpa is still kind of rough.
Tough for him yesterday. You got to figure out a way to get him back on track. But again, it's early, and so maybe it's too cold, and we'll see. But yesterday was inside yesterday. So
not a dome, indoor facility.
Oh, indoor facility.
Yeah,
is that what we call it now? An indoor facility?
I have no idea. Who knows? I know what we call this guy on the other side. He is a dog. That is Jonathan India. But there are other comparisons to what was 2015 that we'll dive into as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at J Southland Tow are ready for that phone call. When you have car trouble, they need to be the first phone call you make. But you're saying to yourself, what's their number? Well, here it is. And I want you to put their number in your phone and forget about it. Put J Southland Tow Service in there now. 816-779-4TOW. That's 816-779-4TOW or southlandtow.com. Now, it's in your phone. It's done. Forget about it. Let's move on. But when you do have car trouble, now you know who to call. Whether it's an accident, maybe your car doesn't start, maybe you've locked your keys in the car, maybe you've gone off the side of the road, whatever it is. Maybe you blew a tire like we did about a year ago. We called Jay's Southland Tow. They came right out and took care of everything. And it doesn't matter where you are in the metro area, whether you're north, south, east, or west, Jay's Southland Tow service is just a phone call away. So keep that number handy, 816-779-4TOW, or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, and Tammy from the West, and it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
And Doug.
Quickly, Moo. We don't have much time. This Liberty ad is already almost over. We only have a few precious seconds to remind people to customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Okay. Well, I guess we had more time than I thought.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
My name is Brian. I've lost 42 pounds on Awaken 180. I went from a size 40 to a 36. I went from a 48 jacket. I bought a suit the other day, 44. And they took me off 3 meds, including blood pressure. It's not really a diet. It's a lifestyle change. I actually had a steak the other night. I had asparagus, and I had a piece of cake. And that's the week I lost 5.8 pounds. So you know what? If you think you can, you can. I feel like a young man again. Energy levels popping because I'm doing 14 to 16,000 steps Monday through Friday. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss. Go get it.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, guys, it's Cody Tapp, and I'm reaping the same benefits. Down over 20 pounds in just 4 weeks, thanks to Awaken 180's at-home program. Increased energy, no medication, the benefit of endless when you did what Brian did. Look, I'm doing what 25,000 other people have done. Make the call to the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com or give them a call. 844-346-1800.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. My team knows injury law. We can help you understand all of your legal rights so that you don't get cheated.
DM Law knew what to do and got me $150,000.
Mike's got this. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Spring cleaning is upon us, but there's one meaningful box that you don't throw away when cleaning out your closet. It's the box filled with your family's important videotapes, film reels, and photos. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago to help families organize and update their analog media to digital.
Legacy Box is simple and easy. It works and is safe. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box.
And Legacy Box has been featured in Good Housekeeping, The Today Show, and Rachel Ray.
Legacy Box is like magic, converting your shoebox of memories to the cloud or thumb drive, ready to watch and share.
Declutter your closet by digitizing your media. Become more organized and accomplished, knowing your family's recorded past is safe forever. Take advantage of our spring cleaning sale going on now. It's the easiest task to check off your to-do list.
For a limited time, you can get started for just $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/value to get our $9 sale. That's legacybox.com/value to get our $9 offer. legacybox.com/value.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland, 435 starting to slow coming off I-35 down towards 48th Street with construction in the left lane. 35 southbound also slow rolling from 435 down towards the Shoto Traffic Way. 71 northbound slow from 87th to Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Kansas City, this is Michael Massey. Listen to the play-by-play all season long with Denny, Jake, Ryan, and Stu right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Mac Morey on the drums, Bob Fesco on the guitar. Thanks for listening to Fesco and Dusty here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Chiefs, and Kansas State Athletics. You don't need to go anywhere else. You will not be entertained. Coming up later today, the Royals will take the field at 6:40. 5:30, Josh Vernier hits the airways for the On Deck show. Michael Lorenzen versus Chad Patrick.
Chad Patrick.
Yeah, he's best friends with Walter Pennington.
I never heard of Chad Patrick in my entire life. There's no question. He's salmon slacking, loafers, no socks, right?
It's a great look.
Yeah, it really is. If you can pull it off, go for it, Chad.
It's kind of the way Vinny dresses sometimes. He has that like Italian stallion look.
Yeah.
With those like
He needs to be
suede
more
sockless
silk.
shoes. Yeah.
Everything he should wear should be silk. Silk suit, silk shirt, silk everything. His uniform should be
What
silk.
did they say in that player forum with Massey and Isbell that he's always like a shirtless guy or like it's always heavily unbuttoned with the Sasquatch chain hanging out? That was
Yeah,
funny.
well, I mean, he's Italian, right?
Hey, Don. I bet he was rooting for St. Don's. Good job, Dusty, picking St. John's to go to the final.
How did that work out for you? You
Like
should have picked all number ones.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Well, going forward, I think that's what probably want to do,
Might not be a
right?
bad bet.
Picking all number ones, moving this thing in forward. One real quick thing. I want you to keep June 11th in mind, okay? Keep June 11th as a date in your mind. That's the day the service time, doesn't kick in for an extra year in Major League Baseball. So that's kind of the line of demarcation. I don't know that they bring anybody up, especially Caglione, before that June 11th date because you don't want to start that service clock ticking. Now, in my opinion, where you are right now with no 27 season, potentially happening, who the hell cares? We don't know what kind of economic situation we're going to be in with baseball, what the rules are going to be in baseball. I wouldn't care about that, but teams seemingly do care about that kind of stuff. So June 11th is that day when the clock stops a ticking and you can bring guys up and not lose a year of service time.
Which would be why back in 2 weeks ago I said June 15th was the target date for MJ Melendez.
Yeah.
That way it's not, reacting right away on the 11th. You give him it's like.
Well, I mean, you're not going to be reacting right away at
Yeah.
the 11th. You're going to be reacting for April, May, March,
early June.
It's like enough body of work there. Like if you're thinking in May, like on the 20th of May, wait another week, like Ned used to say, and then really make up your mind. But if you're thinking about it on the 20th of May, chances are by the time the 11th of June rolls around, it's going to be time to move on from MJ Melendez and bring up somebody else.
One thing you can say is that I think that through 4 games, you are starting to kind of see this team shape into its personalities that they are presenting. What I mean by that is that you have 5 guys that I can say have identified themselves as a role on this team. I think that Salvador Perez is obvious. He's the captain.
Why are we playing hockey music for the baseball segment,
Is
by
this
the
hockey?
way?
These are baseball themes.
Sounds like baseball theme.
I think it's their hockey theme.
No, I ripped this off YouTube. This is 12 minutes of just baseball themes from Fox.
Are we sure? Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking this is the ESPN hockey theme.
You calling
sure.
my guy a liar?
Yes.
The Bobby Witt Jr. is just the guy. He's the all-star. He's a superstar. He's the guy. Vinny Pasquantino, as Vern called him yesterday, the mouthpiece of this team. He's the guy that's going to go up there and he's gonna say what the team's feeling and not hold back.
Yeah.
He's going to be more flamboyant on the microphone. He's going to let people know what the team's feeling, like he did the other day when he's like, "Yeah, I'm reacting to a guy getting hit in the effing face." Jonathan India, after yesterday, he's the dog, man. He's your go out there, set the tone, be the leadoff hitter, don't have any fear, leash or no leash, fence or no fence. He's going to have a lot of bark and a lot of bite. Obviously, he takes a fastball to the face, goes out there yesterday, goes 3 for 5. And I think that's what you said. Michael Massey's the hope.
Yeah.
He's the guy that if he can be your 5th spot in the lineup with this team and if this pitching rotation can do it, if he's the hope at 5, then all of a sudden your 1 through 5 is comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, 6 through 9 is tough if you're not the Dodgers, if you're not the Yankees, if you're not the Mets. Teams like that have just an ungodly amount of money and just have guys 1 through 9 throughout their entire lineup. Because I thought that when we started this season, there were a lot of comparisons to that 2015 team, right? 2015 team all showed up at spring early, ready to go, all serious, all business. George was on the show talking about how this team has a lot of similarities. A lot of these guys, most of these guys, if not all of them, showed up this year to spring. They were ready to go. They got a couple of games under their belt, and they're like, all right, can we start the season today? On that 2015 team, the 5 guys that I kind of thought who I were, in their roles. Haas was the guy, right?
Yeah, he was the mouthpiece. He was the captain. He was the leader. He was the person in that locker room that spoke for the team.
Moose was the dog.
Yeah.
Right? He was the one that was going to go out there, dive into a bullpen, dive into a dugout suite, whatever it had to be, and he was going to MF the entire dugout and get him ready to go for the game. He was just your
and
dog.
Moose was always that guy who wore the hard hat with 2 beers and a straw and drank out of it and ran around with no clothes on and headbutted walls.
Yeah. I felt like Gordon at this time was maybe your captain. I know Salvador Perez was kind of in that role as well. Sal's still on this list. But Gordon was kind of the guy that was like, when he said something, everybody kind of shut up. And Gordon kind of had that leadership role in the outfield, was obviously known for his workout routine, got there at like 4 a.m., started running, foul pole to foul pole, did push-ups, crunches, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Was just like, he was that dude. And then I thought Dyson was like kind of like the hope. Can Dyson get out there and make things work? Can Dyson go out there and make a play in center field in the 8th and 9th inning to secure yourself that victory with defense speed and kind of give that little spark, kind of like how Massey was or kind of how Massey is?
Yeah.
I know different players, different roles, but they had similarities with their personalities.
I never really wanted to see Dyson. I wanted games in hand before we got the opportunity to see him because he would always come in late, games are close, and in baseball you see that a lot. But if you could get through a game without having to rely on stealing a base in the 8th inning or pinch running in the 9th or making a play late in the game, give me those. Those are much better than having to kind of sweat one out late in the game.
And I think the one role or the one identified personality that you don't have is the prophet that you didn't have on 15 and you didn't have on this team. Maybe the prophet in 15 was Adalberto Mondesi, right? Came up in the 2015 World Series, got an at bat, did nothing, and then just never kind of panned out. That person now is Jack Caglione. He's the guy that's the future. He's the guy that is the.
I hope we never see him this year, to be honest with you.
Well, we would disagree on that because I want to see some power. I want to see a guy that can go up there and be what he is. I want to see that prophet come to life, which is Jack Caglione in the minors. If that does happen, and like you had mentioned, June 11th, I've said June 15th is my deadline day for MJ Melendez to even figure it out or get some sort of production. If that doesn't happen and that kid is hitting well in AA, AAA, then let the prophet come to realization and join the roster. And then all of a sudden, Bob, back. We talk about how Michael Massey can be the hope at the 5-hole. If Jack Caglione can do something productive in minor league play and be that guy that just cannot be ignored, maybe you have a 1 through 7 and everybody sits back and goes, let's see what this run can be.
Yeah, and I say I don't want to see Jack Caglione because that means things are going well. I mean, you're bringing Jack Caglione up if things aren't going well. I want things to be going well. I don't want Jack Caglione to even be a topic of conversation in this city because that means MJ's doing something, Hunter Renfroe's performing, Isbell's performing, the offense is scoring, they're winning games. You don't need to bring Jack Caglione up. I still think if you bring him up this year, you're kind of rushing it. You're getting nervous. You have something that's gone terribly wrong at the big league level. Jack Caglione, to me, is a myth. He's down there in the minor leagues. I don't want Jack Caglione to have to worry about coming up to the big league level. You're looking at me like I'm nuts with that look. He hasn't done anything at the big league level. I can't sit here and say I want Jack Caglione to come up to the big league level because quite frankly, I don't want Jack Caglione up here. I want these guys to produce so we don't have to worry about Jack Caglione. And then next year when he has that full season of minor league baseball, we're like, all right, now he's ready to come up. If he comes up this year and if he comes up early this year, that means something has gone wrong. I don't want anything to go wrong.
But you could also have the argument that something's gone completely right, too, for him. Like, if he's mashing in AA, moves to AAA, and mashes in AAA, like, clearly he's got it figured out.
But they're not going to bring him up if there's no space for Jack Caglione. They're not going to make a move just to make a move to bring.
If MJ Melendez continues to be an automatic out.
If he does. But I'm saying I hope he doesn't. I hope they get this thing figured out and we don't have to talk about Jack Caglione. I just want to focus on this big league roster and these guys doing good things where we don't have to worry about bringing up a guy who's never played in the big leagues before to be the quote-unquote savior. Because if he comes up, then everybody's going to expect the 3-for-4 night and all this kind of stuff.
But I didn't call him a savior. I just called him a prophet.
Well, it's close to that. I mean,
not really.
I mean, you're following the prophet to be saved. The seas are spreading and things like that. But I think for my money, just let everybody perform at this level now, man. Jack Caglione, we'll worry about you in 26. We'll worry about you then. Then you can come up to the big league club. Be here from day one. Just let MJ do well, man. Let Hunter do well. Let these guys that we have on this roster do well so we don't have to worry about it and we're always looking over our shoulder at Jack Caglione.
The myth is strong. And that's just kind of how baseball works. You have to play in the minor leagues to get proven to go up.
Yeah.
And if you do well in the minor leagues, you get the call up.
You will if there's a need for it. But if these guys are producing, there may not be a need at this season. And I think that's the perfect world where you can let him play that entire year of minor league baseball. We'll see. It's up to MJ.
Yeah, 100%. Who from the past would you trust driving the ship of your franchise? Former player, former manager, maybe somebody on a different team? We ask you that question. 913-586-7965 on the other side here on Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friends from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came out yesterday and they looked at our lawn and they went, oh my goodness, what were you trying to do here? I said, I don't know what I was trying to do. That's why I'm calling you guys, because you guys are going to fix this mess that is our front lawn. You're going to take care of this for me. And they go, yeah, this isn't as bad as you've made it out to be. I go, it looks terrible. Look at everybody else on the street. They all look good. Ours looks terrible. And so what they're going to do is they're going to come out and they're going to fix our lawn. We went over the plan yesterday, and I am really, really excited about it. They're going to put down all the chemicals that they need to make sure that that lawn is popping, the fertilizers and all the good stuff, the great seed that they're going to do in the fall. I'm looking forward to that as well. And I'm also looking forward to that pest control portion where they're going to put a shield around the yard and not let in any of those mosquitoes, any of those fleas, any of those ticks, all that stuff that can get on your dog, or, you don't want mosquito bites sitting outside when you're enjoying the weather this spring and summer. Let Aspen Lawn and Pest Control handle all of that for you. They are college-educated professionals, and they're going to make my lawn look awesome. They've been doing it since 1985. Right now, if you mention this ad, you'll get a free estimate and up to half off your first application. Don't wait. Call today or just visit them at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. With 56 million winning tickets last year, anyone can win big. So set your destination to winning, like gas stations, grocery stores, or anywhere you can buy a ticket. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
KC, let's get loud at Big Slick 2025. Enjoy comedy, music, and more at the Big Slick Show on May 31st at T-Mobile Center, with all proceeds benefiting Children's Mercy. Tickets are on sale now at bigslickkc.org. Peace and quiet are not invited, but you are.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another, and don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation, but then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if erectile dysfunction is making a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us, because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Heartland Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health plan.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If the amazing regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics provided relief for former pro football player Bobby Carpenter, imagine the potential for your aching joints.
So my knee had been bothering me for a while. I played football for a number of years. I looked at talking to some doctors, but I need to potentially have surgery. And I decided, hey, let's check out QC Kinetics. I go in there and they look at the knee. Hey, here's the program that we can put you through.
That treatment takes your body's own healing properties and concentrates them at the root of the pain. No surgery or downtime.
The best part was there's no recovery until one day I felt like, hey, this feels like my old self again. I feel better. It's helped me. It's helped my dad. Hopefully it will help you in the same way. My message to them is do not wait. So you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Take it from Bobby Carpenter. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northway on 435 southbound, pretty heavy coming off I-35. The ramp from southbound 35 is slow as well, and you're sluggish down towards 48th Street with construction taking away the left lane. Inbound I-70 a little slow from Lee Summit Road over past Noland. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We'll bowl on and maybe have soup tomorrow. Gonna be a little storm action tonight. We're all gonna sleep like babies tonight and then drive into a storm.
I think the storm is supposed to start right when we start driving in tomorrow.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Another day, another storm.
That's
Hopefully
April.
I just hope it dissipates by the time we start really getting in here.
Yeah, I do too. April showers bring May flowers. Do you know what May flowers bring?
Garage time.
What? Pilgrims.
Because the May flower.
Have you never heard that before? Happy April Fool's Day, too. It is April 1st. Be careful out there. There are NFL meetings going on today, so be careful of the fake Schefter.
The Scheffler.
The fake Rappaport. The fake Jordan Schultz. The fake Ari Meyerhoff. The fake Dove Kleiman.
Shams, he'll be out there.
Yeah, the fake Shams will be out there. The fake Windhorse today. Maybe he'll be friends with LeBron at this point.
The fake Woj.
There may be a fake Woj out there.
Because somebody has that phone.
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
it's true.
That is true. So, yeah, be careful of all the fakes that are out there right now in the world, because the tush push may not be banned now. There was a heated argument, according to the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams this morning, Sean McVay. So it got ugly between Philly and Buffalo, who were trying to keep the tush push, and everybody else. So I guess there was a heated argument that took place, which is awesome. Don't ban the tush push. The NFL is going to get to the point where every year they're banning something. There's going to be nothing left.
Diana Rossini, this is her actual handle. I can confidently say that. She tweeted out 12 minutes ago, the story of the morning here in Florida is the future of the tush push, with owners expected to vote on it today. However, there is some chatter that this could get tabled, and there won't be a vote on it at all today.
Good.
So we'll see.
Could or couldn't happen, right?
One of two things is happening. They're either going to vote on it or they're not going to vote on it, we will see.
So much.
That's right. From the rooftop in red leather pants is when she said that. That is the highlight of my life at Radio Row.
Here's Jonathan Gannon, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. That's right. He's in favor of leaving the automatic first down for defensive holding / illegal contact. We hate that play, right? I think every NFL fan can agree that the holding and the automatic first down. It's 3rd and 17. There's a defensive holding away from the ball. It's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down. It's a terrible penalty.
Terrible.
Jonathan Gannon. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That is broke, sir. That's one of the worst penalties that you can get. You should fix that before you're fixing the tush push. I think the tush push is the play.
I think they could fix anything in the NFL that I think is a unanimous decision is the offsetting penalty.
How would you fix that?
I don't understand how if the offense commits a 15-yard penalty, the defense commits a 5-yard penalty, how they offset.
Yeah.
That's the one rule that you need to fix, and that would be a win-win-win in the offseason.
So you'd want it to be, if it's a 5 and a 15, it's 10.
It's 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not let's replay the down and nobody's penalized, right? Like, I don't understand it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's a pass interference play that's 40 yards down the field. Oh, but there's a defensive, holding, or an offensive, false start. Penalties offset.
Offset, yeah.
Or however it works out. You know what I mean? I don't know. That and, the ineligible receiver downfield.
Right.
I think that's, obviously, that just those two things.
The ineligible receiver, the game has changed so much now with the RPOs, right?
They're just so quick.
Everything's so fast. And 1 yard, I mean, come on
Yeah,
now.
we can extend it. That would be my thing.
I think
Let's
it should be
extend
5.
I'd say 3. I'd be okay with 3.
Mm-hmm.
A yard that's just no room.
I mean, it's literally like a toe.
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
He's illegally downfield.
Yeah.
What?
He barely
I had
moved.
to move here.
Yeah, I moved because there was something on the field. Here's the head coach of the Saints, Kellen Moore, former Eagles offensive coordinator on the tush push.
He's hot about it.
He is. Yeah. He goes, I'm comfortable with the play. There's no injury data. I don't see any issues. Other teams have tried it and haven't had much success. I got Nick.
Heck yeah.
I like that.
Standing by his guy.
I like that. Who was the one who floated injury stuff out?
Sean McDermott.
Was that Sean McDermott?
Yeah, yes.
He's an idiot.
Where no data shows injury.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Andy Reid's quote. You could probably go either way with it. I would say if it's putting players in a bad position, then you probably have to do something about it. But if it's not, I think it's a heck of a play.
Yeah, sorry you didn't come up with it.
Yeah, exactly.
They found a loophole.
Mm-hmm.
They found 4 verticals before you did on Madden, and they perfected it.
Yeah, Raheem Morris on the tush push pan.
Him.
I don't like the play for what I have to do to try to stop it. At least you're honest.
Yeah.
At least you're honest and say, we can't stop it. The play sucks. Get rid of it. Well, maybe you got to do more to try to stop it. But it is. I mean, it's a yard. Don't put your team in that position to have to give up the tush push at that point in
Mahomes should be able to throw the ball more than 40 yards down the field because nobody else can do it.
I mean, my God, it is the greatest game that we have in America today, right? The NFL. Nobody's going to argue that. As much as we love baseball, the NFL is still number one, right? Why are we changing it every year?
Because you're always trying to stay perfect. And unfortunately, sometimes when you always try to stay perfect, you end up killing yourself from the inside. And that's just what the NFL will eventually do. They'll get to a point where, it'll get so different than what it is today in 2035 where you'd be like, this just is too much.
Well, I know how that's going to happen. I got the answer for you. It was an article this morning on this front office sports newsletter that they send out every day. And the NFL is talking about opting out of its TV deals right now that they have, right? This is where the NFL is going to get killed. If they take their games off of free TV, like they have right now, where every game in your home market is on free TV and you don't have to pay and you can watch all your games, the minute they go away from that and make every game on cable or streaming or something that you physically have to pay for and you can't get your local game on your local TV stations, that's when the NFL is ultimately going to kill itself. Like, say they took Sunday Night Football off of NBC and it was only on Peacock. You probably get half the viewers than you normally would get on that, right? You get 25 million viewers as opposed to 30 million, whatever you get on a Sunday night game. You get a lot less viewers being on a streaming app only for a regular season football game than if you're on the over-the-air TV. That's what's going to kill the NFL. It's going to be nothing else because we've seen everything. Steroids didn't kill the NFL. Drugs hasn't killed the NFL. Nobody cares about the health and safety of players outside of a bunch of lip service that the league gives right now. Yeah. Fans don't care about concussions and any of that kind of stuff. They care about being able to watch their games. And the minute they take these games off of free, local, over-the-air TV, that's when the NFL is going to die.
Bit morbid, but honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at these conversations with baseball, guys. If you're a baseball fan, you've got to have the streaming service for your team. And then if you want to watch other teams, and you have the streaming service for MLB.com. Oh, by the way, your team's playing Friday night on Apple TV, so you got to have that. And then they're playing Sunday on Roku. It's just all over the place. It's too much.
It's that way with the NBA. MLS kind of figured it out. Apple TV is kind of been a saving grace for them.
Right. If you want to do that, if you're a sports league and put everything on Apple TV, and that's the only place that you need to go.
I'm in.
I'm in on something
I'm so
like
in
that.
on that.
But if the NFL is going to kind of piecemeal this out and you have to have all these different subscriptions and it's gone off of CBS and Fox and NBC, that's what does them in. That's what does it in. Not being able to give your fans what they want. That's how the NFL got big. You don't want to get rid of that.
No, I don't think they will. I think they just money obviously will dictate where they go with everything.
Yes,
so
it will, yeah.
Obviously. Speaking of dictating things, if you could have a former player be the head coach of your Chiefs or your Royals, who would those guys be?
For me, Dwayne Bowe, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey.
I'm here for the entertainment. I'm here for the press conferences. There's nobody better than Dwayne Bowe. And for the Royals, I'm going Danny Duffy and Brad Keller. I'd love both of those guys. Let's go. Danny Duffy trying to tell you why things went wrong and all that kind of stuff. Great. I want entertainment. I want that as my entertainment value. So I'm going Dwayne Bowe, Danny Duffy, and Brad Keller. Let's go, baby.
You think Keller would be entertaining?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very entertaining. He was great with us when we had him on.
Oh. As like a guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's got a great personality. Vinny would be a great manager, too.
Vinny would be
right?
awesome.
You want
Yes.
somebody with personality to be the manager or the head coach. Give you something good.
Here's a hot take. Vinny Pasquantino will be the next Sean Casey.
Yeah, I think Vinny's doing an amazing job of setting himself up for after baseball. He's brilliant.
No
Brilliant move by Vinny.
I guess I took a different trend towards guys that I would want to see take over. Head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, if Andy Reid, whenever he does call it quits, give me Alex Smith.
Heck yeah.
Now, again, he's got a pretty sweet gig. And you mentioned yesterday, why take a pay cut to go do this? But, if what he did for Mahomes, he could do for an entire team, sky's the limit for Alex Smith.
Yeah, but again, he's making great money, probably close to head coach money.
Yeah.
To work one day a week and to not have the stress and all that crap that goes in with coaching in the NFL.
I've long been an advocate for Alex Smith to be an offensive coordinator because I think he'd be great, and that would, parlay him into being a head coach just because he's never really loses his cool, seems calm, seems like he's got a good rapport of being a leader, seems like people listen when he talks. Obviously, Mahomes' career has always been thanked to what Alex Smith taught him. Plus, we go back to what we talk about all the time with good head coaches. They weren't great players. They were good because they knew how to figure it out because they didn't have the God-given talent that guys like Peyton Manning or guys like that had.
Well, we're talking about this too because Jimmy Conrad tweeted to Sporting Kansas City yesterday, "Hey, call me." Which I love, Jimmy Conrad, call me.
No,
I'll be the coach.
You know who the next manager of the Sporting KC will be? It's going to be Graham Zusi.
That would be awesome.
It'll be him or Beasler.
That would be great.
It'll be him or Beasler. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
Matt Beasler or Graham Zusi will be the next head manager for the Sporting KC club.
That would be either one.
Market.
Fan favorites.
Yeah, either one would be good. But don't you have to go outside the family at this point in time? That's the only question that I have.
They did with Vermees and it worked. He played for the Wizards, and then he became the manager of the Wizards, and then the very next year became Sporting KC, and then 2015 was great.
But here we are, 20-some years later, and it's not working. So do you go outside the family? I don't know. I don't know how soccer
15
works.
Years.
It was very good for 15 years.
And then
Alex Smith, for 1 second, because I don't know how many former players truly we're going to see coaching anymore because they make so much money as players. They don't work as hard as players as the coaches work from an hours standpoint. And then you see what these coaches make. These players are like, I ain't doing that for that. I mean, I made all this money in my career. I'm not going to make $150K maybe to be a running back coach or a wide receiver coach or a quarterback coach. I ain't doing that.
The other thing that would buck that trend is that you're seeing more of the analytical nerd side of it.
Yeah.
Where these guys just love football and know how to coach it from a young age, and then they just work their way up through D2, Division I, coordinator, head coach in the NFL. My baseball guys, I would have Moose, or I'd have Gordon be the manager of the Royals if Q.
See, that would be entertaining.
Yeah. Gordon obviously is an icon, legend, cool, calm, collected leader, talks, people listen. Moose, maybe there'd be some shades of maybe a Matheny could just be in a red ass, go out there and, play your ass off, I'm tired of losing. It's dude, we played
April
3
15th,
games.
people are like, I've had enough of you, man.
Right. So those would be my names when it comes to managing the ship of a team.
Stop losing your composure.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go home yet. Dude, it's game 2.
Yeah,
I've got a wife and kids.
Yeah, I have no interest in going home.
This damn pitch clock speeding things up.
Yeah. I gotta be home for dinner now.
Yeah.
One of mine's a little bit of a cop-out, but Mike Vrabel.
Right, Vrabel was always good. I mean, I remember when he was here, they played coach one day, and Vrabel got all suited up as a head coach, and Josh and I are like, that guy will be a coach someday.
He just had it.
You just looked at Vrabel. putting out that cigarette and firing people up. Let's go, Vrabes.
That'd be great. Our guy DJ, Derek Johnson, would be awesome.
Yeah.
Calm, cool, collected.
Very calm. Yeah.
He would remind me of like a Mike Tomlin type. Defensive-minded, gets people's respect and has the
Yeah, you
rapport to do
respect
it.
him. Yeah, you're going to respect
or
DJ.
like, what's the guy that's in Minnesota? The defensive coordinator there?
Oh, you're talking about Brian Flores.
He'd have a little bit of that.
Absolutely. Yes, that moxie.
Is he still suing the league, by the way?
I don't know. Is that done?
I mean, I would think so.
I don't think it is.
I don't know if it is either. I'll have to look at that.
Google it.
Tom Bahali, we've seen him kind of go in the coaching ranks a little bit.
He's
my guy,
all about bars.
That's true. And then Salvador.
Where has Tamba coached?
Well, we've seen him coach up George Karlaftis.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And Bosa.
Yeah, and Bosa. Yep.
With
Which I
the
didn't like
martial
as
arts
much.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, with the martial arts stuff. Yeah, he'd be more of a position coach, but he'd be fun.
I was having lunch with somebody yesterday who played in the NFL, and he said to me, the only reason I made it was because of martial arts. Had nothing to do with how good I was. It was all about doing martial arts as a kid and learning balance. And this was an offensive lineman. I'm like, whoa.
That's crazy. And then on the baseball side, Salvador Perez.
Salvi would be so much fun.
He'd be fun.
Well, he's perfect because he can speak the Latin tongue. He could also speak the American tongue.
Yep.
And the personality is just insane.
Well, there's nobody better in a clubhouse. Eric Hosmer was probably the best I'd ever seen at blending all corners of that clubhouse. Salvi's the same way. You know, Salvi's the same way. He's got the ability to go to any part of that clubhouse and talk to anybody and get the best out of them. Now, he'd be a fun manager, man.
I still think the next manager for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Yadier Molina.
I don't disagree with that. I think he's down managing.
He's somewhere.
Didn't he do the Mexican League this winter or the Dominican League this winter where he went and managed because, I think you're right about that. I mean, you were telling me in the break they had their smallest Monday crowd during school, whatever, ever, for a game the other day. If they get off to a slow start, which they haven't yet, I think they're undefeated if I'm not mistaken. If they get off to a slow start or it doesn't go well for their manager, I think Yadier Molina, I don't want to use the term manager in waiting because that's not fair, but I think he's the guy. I do. I think that's who they would call.
Yeah, he's a manager in Puerto Rico right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Of Puerto Rican descent, too.
There it is.
So he's doing what he needs to do to gain his chops to become a manager.
You want to talk about a manager that's on the cusp of getting fired? There's one in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Because they are pissed at ownership and the fact they brought him back because their old manager who they fired because he couldn't get along in the upper office, guess where he's at?
San Diego.
Guess what San Diego's doing? Winning. Yeah, so I mean.
Winning.
Mike
They
Shields,
beat Cleveland yesterday.
I mean, they're just
They
good,
swept the Braves, guys.
Yeah.
Crazy. I just got goosebumps talking about the Padres and how good they are. Did you see Tatis's little shimmy last night? Kathy sent it to us on Twitter. He slides and make this play and does a little dance while he's sitting down.
Gosh,
he's so
cool.
good. He
He's
is cool. He is cool. Yeah. Baseball needs a lot of guys like him.
Yes.
Baseball's got a lot of things that can be described in one word, don't they, Mac?
They do. One word on the Royals absolutely raking yesterday.
Fun. There's games when you watch where everybody can get a hit. Those are fun.
Yeah, I would say it was entertaining. I mean, it's always fun when you're on that side of the scoreboard. It's terrible when you're on the other side. Milwaukee knows it all too well. But yeah, it's expected when you play a team that's down bad like that. That's 2 Taylor Swift references there.
Wow.
But yeah, that's that's where I'm at with that. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was exciting. Relaxing.
Yeah, refreshing.
When it's
relaxing,
3-0 and your pitcher goes out there and strikes at the side, you're like, all right, what am I going to do for dinner? And it's 1 o'clock.
Brady Singer, first pitcher to throw 7+ scoreless innings in the Reds' debut since Tom Seaver in 1977. He went 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs. He walked 2, 8 Ks for Brady Singer. One word on a familiar face, Brady Singer debut.
Glad. He needed a change of scenery. He got a change of scenery, and now he's being compared to Tom Seaver. Good Lord.
I don't know if you think it's one of the best to ever do it, but I would say it is, expectations. That's, hey man, your first go. You were an off-season piece. Now you went out there and did that on your first start. Expectations will now come from that, and we've seen Brady Singer do that a few times in a Royal uniform. How does he come back after that? When does he face adversity for the Reds? Because we knew that there's a lot of times. I always compare Brady Singer to the golfer who hits his first drive into the woods and just the round's over. Mentally done. Brady Singer went out there last night with a 6-0 cushion lead and got to just be himself. So expectations will now be set for Brady Singer in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we saw that mental midget kind of come out last year in the playoffs from him a little bit. One word on
say that word?
mental LP. One word on Deion Sanders. Got paid, got a big deal from Colorado.
Smart. Deion is Colorado. Without him, that university has no identity, which is sad because it's a beautiful campus. But there's a lot of Birkenstocks out there. They have no identity in their athletic department without Deion Sanders. That's the right thing to do.
They're rocking the Birks in the Boulder?
Oh, God,
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Yeah.
I would love to live in Boulder.
Be great.
Prime. I mean, hey, man, you got your guy. He produced, and now you have to ride with it, and you hope that it can, because this is a new wave of Deion. Hunter and Shador are gone. There's no more, and Shiloh's gone. Like, they're all his kids. Everybody he was really, really close to is gone. Now let's see what he does now that the Jackson State blended in with Colorado's over. I'm ready for it, but yeah, deserving. I mean, look, you took a team that nobody, like Bob said, nobody even knew existed in the Big 12 again. And now all of a sudden, Colorado, again, they haven't really done anything yet.
But you look at all the residuals.
And the money he's bringing in, the players he's bringing in, the
ex-players.
students. Warren Sapp's on his coaching staff. Prime.
I think they've had a record year for donations, and it's all because of Deion.
Yeah, his impact has been felt from
Stop
a university.
telling me sports don't matter,
Yeah, yes. The university has felt his impact. Maybe on the field it hasn't as much, but that doesn't matter. I think the university is just really excited about the money they're getting.
Having a record year.
I can't remember a sports coach having this big an impact on the overall university like Deion Sanders has had
This
on Colorado.
quickly, especially. This quickly is impressive.
Now, obviously, Bill Snyder, what he did for Manhattan, Kansas, K-State's not open anymore if Bill Snyder never goes there. Obviously, a big impact there, but that took time. I mean, Bill Snyder got an airport built in Manhattan, Kansas, for God's sakes. Deion, though, immediately had that impact on Colorado.
Do you believe now?
One word on this Jameis Winston audio, a little over 60 seconds. Here you go.
It's great.
In the NFL, it's required for this organization to start winning. So we can have more giggles, more laughter, more fun in this building. Like, we in the biggest city of the world, we should enjoy that. And I think winning does that. So when it comes to looking at their record, I didn't look at this team being a 3-14 team. I looked at what was possible, and what I saw was possible is an offense that can execute efficiently and that can be explosive. I saw a defense with an incredible front, and I saw this all season of them adding Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland in the back end to create some noise to help that front get home. And I just figured that the Giants, man, they don't look like a 3-14 team. From the talks of people talking about, I know Kayvon, I know Byron a little bit, and Dex. Like, from their talks and their conversations, like, the locker room didn't seem like it was a 3-14 team. So this team is looking for a complete paradigm shift. This team is looking to make a splash, man. And there's no better place to do it. With no greater calling to do it than right here in New York City, being a New York football giant.
Love.
Starter.
Exactly. Yes. Like, why are we even bothering with Russell Wilson?
Yes.
This is your leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's already talked to people in the locker room. He's talking to the defensive players.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say this is what Patrick Mahomes does because you can't compare anybody to him, but Mahomes hangs out with everybody in the locker room. Russell Wilson doesn't. Jameis Winston needs to be that starter. We need more giggles, more laughter, more fun. That's your life motto.
That's awesome.
New York, let's Apple.
Yeah, he's going to Knicks games and throwing the football.
Oh, God, it is so cringe.
Like,
I don't know that I've seen anybody more cringe in the world, in the history of the world, than Russell Wilson.
Like, he really likes the attention from New York City right now. Meanwhile, Jameis Winston's calling up Malik Neighbors like, hey, let's go run some routes.
Yeah. Like, who do you think is more cringe in the history of the world than Russell Wilson?
That Duval guy.
That is,
Liam Cohen,
yeah.
But I think he's learned, at least he's kind of embraced that it was bad, and he's trying to do it again.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson just continues to hit reset.
He looks like the kid that had a lot of friends that got invited to the party in that coach's photo, Liam Cohen in the back left.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell did he get in?
Hey, guys.
Ooh,
That coach's photo this year was very disappointing. It was too far away. You couldn't really, you had to zoom in to see everything that was going on. Nobody really looked the fool. How many of those people won't be in it next year? I'll go through that list and tell you.
Yeah.
Speaking of a list, you'll go through your Tuesday threesome on the other side. It's Bob's Threesome on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fesco and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friend Dawn Sharp is amazing. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home, Dawn Sharp and her team need to be the call for you. Because you want to know what separates for sale from a sold sign? It's Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team, because they take a unique approach that transforms the typical home selling experience from a mundane process of list and hope into a seamless transaction. Dawn is so confident in her ability to sell your home that she guarantees it will be sold. If your home does not sell by the agreed upon date, she will personally buy it. And the Sharp Home teams can also give you options. If you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold, you can do that. Contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp at the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. You can Google them, Sharp Homes team, and see over 200 5-star Google reviews and realize why in the last 12 months, Dawn and her team have sold over 150 homes when the average agent sells 4 homes per year. You can also pay them a visit at homesforsaleinkc.com. That's homesforsaleinkc.com, and start packing.
The finals are here, and DraftKings is offering all customers a no-sweat parlay every single day before the college basketball season ends. How does it work? Opt in and place a bet on any eligible parlay. If your bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code 965. That's promo code 965 to get a no-sweat parlay every single day. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Kansas only. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Eligibility and wagering restrictions apply. Opt in to get one no-sweat bet. No sweat bonus bet issued in amount of losing qualifying bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Maximum reward and qualifying bet criteria vary. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-759-3413. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-759-3413. 800-759-3413. 800-759-3413.
Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. And good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with TrueHold. Sell and stay leaseback program. It's a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all the equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like. with an easy, affordable lease. And Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a Truehold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. Truehold.com.
This hour on 96.5 The Fan is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Results every week and then receive free support for life. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound off again on again slow from 152 all the way down to the Choteau Traffic Way. 435 southbound pretty heavy coming off I-35 down towards 48th Street with construction taking away the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Diving right back into it on a Tuesday here on Fesco and Dusty, 965 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports. Mac Morey with you as well, 913-586-7965.
Falcons coach Raheem Morris not expecting Kirk Cousins at voluntary OTAs.
Yeah, well, I saw Rossini has like a take on her X handle, and she says, don't be surprised if the Browns draft Abdul Carter and then immediately go trade for Kirk Cousins. Because we saw what Mr. Haslam said yesterday. We took a swing and a miss with one Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Finally, you own it? Like, is it still okay to you that he owned it now, or would it have been okay if he owned it like 2 years ago?
What are we supposed to say to that? Like, what's the public? How are we supposed to react to?
I've never seen an owner do that in my life. I've never seen an owner come out and like
say we messed this one up,
and it's his mess up. Like it's like the Giants didn't do that with Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
like they were like, yeah, we messed up. We paid Daniel Jones too much money.
Right.
Like you normally don't see this, and for it to be the Browns, it's so ironic. A team that's just been terrible, that's never made good decisions. You got Stefanski out here saying that Kenny Pickett's his guy, that he likes him.
Right, you also got Tomlin out here saying Mason Rudolph is his guy, too. So it's silly lie season right now. Oh, yeah, he says he feels comfortable with Mason Rudolph.
I just hope that
which is not true.
I just hope Mike's doing all right. That man was sweating in his little, good
yikes.
Lord.
Tomlin was sweating yesterday?
Did you see the video? There's people that are going around worried about his health.
Oh, really? I saw the guy sleeping at his press conference yesterday. And then they interviewed that guy.
Oh, yeah. No, like Tomlin looks like Brendan Fraser at the end of the basketball game in Bedazzled, or Bedazzled, or whatever that movie was called.
Oh, really? People are worried about Tomlin's health? Well, I would be sick, too, if I had Duck Hodges as my quarterback, or whoever that is.
Or the ownership.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, he's ill from stress and lack of talent at the quarterback position.
The Aaron Rodgers effect.
Somebody had said on X earlier, I think it was Ari Meyerhoff, the coaches are quietly hoping Aaron Rodgers makes a decision. So, you think?
Yeah.
I mean, one way or the other, we need to know.
Well, he's on TV right now throwing passes to DK Metcalf.
That's right. He was out there the other day. Did somebody show a video of him at an airport or something yesterday where Aaron Rodgers was like getting on a plane? I don't know what it was. Like, it's just like we're watching this guy, his every move, and he loves every minute of it. Why would he decide now?
Yeah.
Because once he decides, then we're not paying attention to him every day. Narcissists want the attention.
Are we dumb to be paying this much attention to Aaron Rodgers?
No, because it's intriguing,
Maybe
man.
it's the last story of the season.
Yeah.
Before the new season starts in like 21 days or 23 days.
Yeah,
I guess the reason I ask is because he hasn't been good in 3 years. So,
well, he's also been hurt this entire year.
Right.
No, I agree.
And there are truthers out there who said Aaron was actually good last year. It was the Jets that weren't good.
I think he's better than he was given credit for, but
Well, I mean, you're with the Jets. You don't get credit for anything. But Haslam's saying that he made that mistake. It's like, yeah, we know. We all said that when this isn't hindsight.
But that's not my argument. My argument is that he actually said it.
Yeah.
And the guy's still on his active roster. Like, imagine somebody.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
Like, wow, we really made a mistake with this guy. Hey.
Imagine if JJ came out and said, "We really made a mistake with MJ Melendez. Go get him tonight, son."
I'd ask you to have him on. I'd ask you to have him on the show today. You know? JJ, you can't. You said it, man, not me. You're the one,
right? Like
but you just don't see that.
Yeah.
Like you really I mean, maybe if Dak Prescott gets traded, I could see Jerry Jones being like, I just you make a mistake every once in a while. We gave him too much money, and that's my fault. And it's like, okay, Jerry, you said it. But he'll never do that.
He'll never do that.
No.
There's too much ego with billionaires.
No.
And he actually came out there and said it, and the guy still holds residency in your stadium.
Yeah, he's still on your team. He's still he's not going to play, obviously.
He's not going to be on that team.
No, but I mean, he had to say it. No, fine, great. You admitted to the NFL's biggest mistake in the last 5 years was that. It's the worst contract in sports history.
That or the Russell Wilson contract in Denver, and even they didn't say they made a mistake.
Right.
I mean,
at least Russell Wilson wasn't a POS, though.
Was he?
Well, not like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
different.
Like Russell's out of touch, but that doesn't make he's a POS.
No.
Deshaun Watson's a POS.
Scumbag of a human.
Yes,
So,
for sure.
I mean, and then after knowing all of that, you still traded for him.
And you didn't say, I made a mistake because of him being a scumbag human being. You said that because it's been terrible the past 3 seasons.
And you gave him fully guaranteed money.
If he played well, you would not be saying anything.
No.
At least he said it, and I love him for it. All right, get into your threesome.
All right, here we go today. My Tuesday threesome. I'm going to fire them at you. You just pick the one you think is best. I don't care.
What do you think's best?
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
The greatest slice of pizza you've ever had.
Okay.
Think about that for a minute. Mm-hmm. I asked our friend Gene Watson where the greatest slice of pizza is because he's been everywhere.
Sicily?
It took him almost 2 full days to respond.
Whoa.
He goes, I have got to think about this. Mm-hmm. And he ended up with someplace in New York.
Okay.
Shocker.
Classic.
So the greatest slice of pizza of all time that you've ever had. An open bar tab all night picked up by Cody Tapp. Or a chicken Big Mac.
Ooh, this is a good threesome today.
Thank you.
I've never had 2 of those.
Okay. Neither
That's
have I.
a
Really good threesome.
Greatest pizza slice I've had of my entire life is one of 2 places. Now, again, I've never been to New York, but one of them is at Italian Delight. I mean, one of the greatest pizzas I've ever had. Right down the street now.
Okay.
Used to be over here, Italian Delight, fantastic pizza, family owned. You go in there, you better know what you're doing, or they're going to let you know.
Okay,
where
one
you
of
need to
those.
be. Oh, yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
Wife's behind the register, husband's on the stone in the back, cooking the za.
Let's go.
Or I really do love Providence's Detroit style.
They're good. That's a good place, yeah.
Their Detroit style pizza at Providence Pizza is like
great
brioche.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that like melted mozzarella on the top, and I took that. I mean, dude. You go in there for that. Boom.
You get that Detroit pizza at the grocery store,
Yeah,
Hy-Vee's got the Motor City.
Oh,
Motor City, yeah.
That's also a good one.
That is a good frozen pizza.
You just got to make sure when you take the pizza before you put it in the oven, you got to take it out of the box because all that cheese melts underneath. It'll burn the bottom of your pizza.
Yes, you
and
saved
then that
me.
undercarriage is cooked, literally.
So you're choosing that? You're choosing
Yeah.
pizza?
I've never had an open bar tab from Cody, and I've never had the chicken Big Mac because everyone told me not to get it. Which now they have Big Mac flavored Lay's chips.
Is that April Fool's or is that
No, this
real?
was yesterday, so this was the
Well,
31st.
Could be getting in on the April
Fair.
Fool's joke ahead of time, like Subway trying it today with some lame tweet.
Yeah, you don't
we have
watch it.
marinara flavored seltzers. No, you don't.
Stop.
So lame.
Just ignore everything today.
Lame.
Yeah.
So that means the open tab, Cody's there then.
Yeah.
So then the slice of pizza.
Oh my God. Good hell, Mac.
Just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
shots fired. Bob just choked.
I'm not usually speechless.
Well, you're on the clock.
I'm going with the greatest slice of pizza of all
Nice,
time.
nice.
And that is where?
I have to think about it,
Is it going to take you 2 hours? And you're going to end up being in Brooklyn.
No, it'll end up taking me days to probably think about the greatest slice of pizza that I've had.
I love it.
I mean, it's hard, man.
I'm excited to find out here on Thursday.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever have an answer for it because there's so many great pizza places. Dewey's on 95th and Mission we went to on Saturday. We hadn't been there in a long time. I forget how good their pizza really is. That pizza is phenomenal over there.
I saw Spin Pizza has a Detroit style now.
Everybody's coming out with Detroit style pizza now.
Spin. I would try that. Spin's my favorite.
That's right.
You gotta love the Detroit style pizza.
That white chicken, goat cheese, whatever it is,
Out.
Spin. Oh no, oh baby.
What? Goat cheese? No, that's one thing I'm not.
I'm so in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's not a cheese I don't like. I'm dead serious.
I can't do the goat cheese. It's like one of the only. Like it's just not for me.
Just a texture thing. The creaminess.
No, it's the taste.
Really?
Tastes like goat.
There are 3 goats currently right now in the sporting world. We'll tell you all 3 of them what I think is a generational type of talent. Yes, Mahomes is on the list. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
If the exterior of your home or business needs a facelift, trust the guys at CertaPro Painters like we did. They're local, and they get the job done right the first time. CertaPro Painters take care of every little detail, and I can't wait to finally be proud of the outside of my home. So if you're feeling like your home or business needs that facelift, schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. Call and ask about their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Guys, let's talk about your prostate. If an enlarged prostate has you rushing to the nearest restroom, frustrated and uncomfortable because you need to go but can't, or it's keeping you up at night, it's time to fix it. Clarity Care offers prostate artery embolization. PAE is a simple office treatment that can shrink your prostate and relieve your symptoms so you can get back to enjoying life. No surgery, just relief. Call Clarity Care today or visit kcprostate.com.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure what the best option is? Selling a home, especially when dealing with foreclosure, divorce, job relocation, or an inherited property, can feel overwhelming. That's why I don't just make offers. I help homeowners understand all their options so they can make the right choice with no pressure and no obligation. I'm Rex, a local homebuyer and resident right here in Kansas City. Whether you're looking for a fast cash sale or just want to explore your choices, I'll walk you through the pros and cons of selling to me or listing with an agent. If selling directly is your best move, I'll offer you a fair cash price and a closing timeline that fits your needs in as little as 7 days or on your schedule. No repairs, no commissions, no hidden fees. Just a transparent, hassle-free process so you know exactly what to expect. Let's talk. Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com for a free, no-pressure consultation. Rex Buys KC, helping homeowners make informed decisions with confidence.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, Spruce, Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Crash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We've got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Results every week and then receive free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey guys, new update. I'm down over 20 pounds thanks to Awaken 180. 20 pounds in just 4 weeks and doing it without medications. I'm eating to lose weight, and after I reach my goal, I'll receive free support for life. You can too. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound, heavy into downtown from around 27th Street. Kansas side 435 southbound, very slow from State Avenue down past I-70 with construction. You hit some more slowdowns around Holiday Drive. Stays pretty heavy down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with roadwork. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
What's up, KC? This is Matt Quattrero. On your way home from the ballpark, make sure to listen to Vern's postgame show right here on 96.5 The Fan. I will not be listening.
96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Right back at it at 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals. They play today at 6:40. Josh Vernier, 5:30 on the On Deck Show. If you would have tailed your boy yesterday, you would have won some money. Did you watch the video? Okay. Sorry.
I'm actually laughing at the Braves being 0-5 already.
Okay.
You're going to win 5 straight just to get back to even.
Don't dig yourself too deep in a hole. That was the old Royals way.
Yeah.
Start the season off 1-12. Season's over.
Oh, yeah. 1-12, you're done.
It's over.
Yeah, unless you're the Washington Nationals in 2019 or whatever that was.
Diving into the 8 o'clock hour. I don't know if I want to consider this a garage topic, but I was definitely partaking garage time before I started to put this together. It's amazing what your mind will do. But I was thinking, because I was watching a clip of the internet this weekend of a guy that did something that I thought to myself, this is where a topic can be built. I think we currently live in a time where we might be seeing the 3 greatest players of their sport, maybe of all time. We'll start with the obvious, Patrick Mahomes. When I say this, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady. I don't think anybody won better than Tom Brady. But we can all agree that athletically, Patrick Mahomes is miles ahead of Tom.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would debate that, even Tom Brady, right?
And when I think that you make a case for what this topic is, because there are 3 current players in the 3 major sports. The sports that I bring up are football, basketball, and baseball. And when I look at these 3 athletes, and I think to myself, like, this is a time in at least our lives where these athletes are doing things and have become something that we may either not see for quite some time, or like you always say with the Chiefs franchise, sit back and enjoy it because it doesn't last forever.
Right.
And when you look at what Mahomes does and what separates him, it makes him like, you can find multiple times in his career where he's done something where you're just like, no one else does that.
I think you could do that in every game. I mean, that may be a little hyperbolic, but
Yeah.
I feel like just about every time he steps on the field for a game, there's going to be some
Raiders game on Christmas Day.
And that Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, which one? And even the one that they lost.
Even when they lost, he was parallel to the ground.
And the guy dropped it.
Yeah.
So I think when Mahomes makes those plays, and like we're more nerdy than maybe the nation, like you would say, what is a, God level play that Mahomes has made. And somebody might be, there's one play where he ran behind and ran this way. And Mahomes is so good in moments like that he makes other players relevant. Like, we all know who Chris Conley is on that play because of what Mahomes developed and made. You're like, oh, yeah, Conley corner of the end zone, San Francisco. We know that here. Nationally, they're like, oh, there's one play in his first year, or there was this 4th down play against somebody, I forget, was it Baltimore? You're like, yes, it was Baltimore. It was Tyreek Hill, and he ran. So you know that. Mahomes has got many opportunities and shown it, plus he's won.
Yeah,
right. The ultimate title. You move on to baseball. The obvious, Shohei Ohtani, right? 50 and 50 last year. You remember, waking up in the morning and being like, did you see that Ohtani hit 2 home runs and one of them was 119 off the bat and went 479 feet, right? Like, you're like, oh my God, like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's doing it with a skinny bat.
Yeah, right.
And
he's not even doing it with it.
And not only that, he's probably the best player he is the best player in baseball, and he's maybe a top 5 pitcher. He might be the third best pitcher in baseball. I mean, I still think Paul Skeens is number one. I don't care about resume. He's the best pitcher I've seen in the game today and yesterday and the day before and last year. But Ohtani's one of those guys. Like, he does things that you will always go back to, and you can, like, put a moment where you're like, I don't know, man, I saw him hit an opposite field home run 445 feet. It's insane what he does. I've seen him strike out the side. I've seen him have 10 strikeouts and a home run in the same game. It's a different type of level of athlete who's also in the same era in their prime with one Patrick Mahomes, and the other one is Nikola Jokic. We mentioned the pass that he made last week.
Still sick.
I don't know if you saw this over the weekend. He threw a basketball from one end of the court to the other and swished it.
Yeah.
Not only that, the guy turns triple doubles as if it's just an average day of work. And the way that he moves at the size that he is something we've never seen. He's what, 7 foot, 300 pounds? Maybe I'm being a little over dramatic there.
No.
But like,
yeah.
To see him be able to do that, we've never seen it in basketball. Yes, you've seen Jordan. Yes, you've seen LeBron. But like,
what about Shaq?
He wasn't this athletic. Like, even when he was skinnier, he wasn't throwing basketball. He wasn't passing like that.
Yeah, it wasn't as skilled.
He was rebounding and scoring, but Jokic is like dribbling, penetrating, and creating, whereas Shaq was like, throw it down low, I'll put my hip on this guy and just dunk it. And like the way Jokic moves and the way he does things in basketball is equivalent to the way that Mahomes does it in football and the way that Ohtani does it in baseball. And at this time in our lives, whether you're 26, 37, 48, 58, 65, you have the ability to watch all of this in its entirety right now. And like, I know how my grandpa talked about Mickey Mantle. That's how maybe one day I'll talk about Shohei Ohtani. I know how my dad talked about Joe Montana. That's how I will talk about Patrick Mahomes. I know how my grandpa talked about Michael Jordan. And my dad would be like, oh, yeah, when it was, Eastern Conference Finals and it was the Bulls and the Knicks, you didn't go anywhere. And you knew what was going to happen. You turn on the television for the Denver Nuggets because what is this freak of an athlete going to do? You watch Ohtani because at any point, you're like, this guy's either going to hit one in the stratosphere, he's going to strike out the side. Maybe that comes back this year. And then you look at Patrick Mahomes and you're like, he's down 10, 5 minutes left. Watch this.
Well, and I think the reason we're in that era right now is because the athletes, they are better than everybody else. And in 10 years, we'll probably have this conversation and there'll be new names at the party because athletes are getting better by the day. They're taking better care of their bodies. They're working 365 days a year. It's so much different than back in the day when the Babe Ruths and the Mickey Mantles and even the Michael Jordan era. I mean, like basketball players today are a lot better athletes than basketball players were back in the day, right? They care about their bodies more. There's more science and everything like that. So these athletes, we should be seeing the greatest athletes of all time currently in this generation based on all the advances that we have. And I'll go one step further. Alexander Ovechkin's 5 goals away from tying, Wayne Gretzky.
The hat trick last night?
Yeah. And so he's getting right there. I mean, he is as close as you can possibly be to being the great one now.
But he's not in his prime, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because the Texans like, how are you not going to say LeBron is kind of wild? LeBron's not in his prime. He's playing very, very good.
Has LeBron ever really left his prime, though? I mean, that guy just dominates all the time.
And that's fair.
Right?
That's fair. And yeah, we got to watch LeBron, but not at the same time that we got to watch LeBron, Mahomes, and, Ohtani. Like, LeBron prime to me is like the last 2 years in Miami.
Yeah, 2012 to 2015-ish.
I feel like LeBron's better now, though, than he was then.
And maybe he is. But
yeah, it depends.
I mean, I don't know.
He can't defend it as well. He can't play.
Nobody defends in the NBA. Ha, ha, ha. Insert laugh track. Ha, ha, ha. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, no, yeah, it's a good point with LeBron. I think what you're saying
Who's the better player right now in the NBA? Jokic or LeBron?
Jokic.
Thank you.
Yes. He's the best player in the world. He has been for at least 4 years.
He's going to win MVP again this year.
Maybe.
Well, no.
It might be SGA, but he should. I mean, he's top 5 in points, top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in assists, top 5 in steals.
And now he's given fatigue. What is Ohtani? What is Ohtani going to give us?
Exactly.
Fatigue. What is Mahomes giving us?
Fatigue. Yeah, literally. No, the greats always give you the fatigue. Like it took Tom Brady a long time. Maybe that gap of not winning helped Tom Brady, and we didn't have, that Tom Brady fatigue so much.
He still went to 2 Super Bowls without winning them. Lost to the Giants. Lost to the Eagles.
Lost to the Giants twice. And then lost to the Eagles. So did he lose 3 in that stretch, or did he have?
No.
They had the Falcon win before that loss, right? So there was never. I don't feel like there was ever Tom Brady fatigue. I know the Chiefs were irrelevant when he was playing for most of his career, but when he was there, I was always like, I want to see Tom Brady do good. Like I never felt Tom Brady fatigue. Like I think a lot of people feel LeBron fatigue right now, right? I think people feel Patrick Mahomes fatigue because it's happened so fast. Give it a little while where you don't win anything and then see what that's like and see if there's fatigue or if people say, man, I need the Chiefs to win more. It's a lot more fun. I mean, they're the #1 team on TV right now. They're getting ready to build new stadiums and do their thing. And Clark said yesterday, too, that we want to be the world's team again. They've taken over England. They've taken over Spain, and they took over one other country yesterday as well. They already had Germany, though, didn't they? I think they already had Germany. I forget what the third country was. Maybe it was Australia. I can't remember. But they took over 3 more countries yesterday to continue to become, have marketing rights in those countries to become that world's team and that world domination. So there may be a little Patrick Mahomes fatigue with all of that going on right now. But again, what the Chiefs are doing right now, you're not going to have Patrick Mahomes. That's why it's important to get the stadium thing figured out so you can start selling seats while you got Patrick Mahomes. Because once he's done, that is not as valuable as what Patrick Mahomes brings you to the table right now. So they're trying to capitalize on Patrick Mahomes and on this era as best they can. And they're doing a wonderful job with that here in Kansas City. There may be some Patrick Mahomes fatigue outside, obviously, of Kansas City, but I never felt like there was Tom Brady fatigue.
I had it near the end there, but that wasn't the whole time. I would say you hit the nail on the head, Dusty, talking about skill and talent specifically, because people get carried away with the better and that those words get all
legacy and current are 2 different things.
2 different things. Right now, these may be the most skilled, talented players in their sports ever. Those 3 guys that you mentioned.
And in 10 years, there will be other guys that come along that we're going, oh my God, can you believe how talented these guys are? I would be shocked if we don't see other people replace these guys, just like we have every generation of athlete gets replaced by the current generation.
But enjoy it while you have it, because you can literally watch Jokic tonight.
Yes.
As the text line alludes to, TNT after the Royals game. Watch for yourself. You want a parlay to hit? Go look at his odds to hit a triple-double tonight. I bet it's -110.
Oh, easily. Yeah, it's
disgusting.
Minus. Yeah, it's going to be minus.
It's amazing.
Talking of generations and greatest of all time, how much does Robert Kraft hate Bill Belichick?
Why?
They're inducting Bill Parcells into the Ring of Honor? Parcells didn't do anything in New England.
Is he in the Giants?
I don't know. You had brought that up.
I would think.
I would hope, but who knows? I mean, Carl's not in the Chiefs' Ring of Honor, so there may be some that's keeping Parcells out of the Giants, but he's inducting Bill Parcells. To me, everything that Kraft does is just a shot at Bill Belichick at this point in time.
I mean, Bill Belichick's doing airplanes on the beach, and Bob Kraft is trying to do WAP with Cardi B. So, I mean, who knows, man? It is what it is.
Speaking of cringe, him dancing with Cardi B.
You thought that was cringe?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Oh, man.
Live your life, young blood.
Who else was dancing the other day? What was more cringe? Bob Kraft with Cardi B?
Oh, the guy at the Super Bowl.
Which guy at the Super Bowl?
Not Matt Derrick. He had coffee all over his
computer.
Yeah.
No, there was somebody else, though.
Oh, I don't know.
Plus 145 for
Really?
Jokic. Tripped up tonight. Don't hate it.
20 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists.
Oh, you hate to see it. Coming up on the other side, a man bought a house, and he bought a house in Pittsburgh. You probably know who we're mentioning. Plus, we get to On the Come here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, you've got your trip booked. You're all ready to go. Now you just need to take care of parking, and you can do that with Park and Go when you're flying out of KCI. It's the parking company we've used for years, and we love it every single time. Customer service is phenomenal. The people that work at Park and Go are the reason why it is so awesome. From the shuttle drivers to the managers to the folks at the gate when you drive in and you drive out, these people are impeccable. They are wonderful, wonderful human beings, and they're there to help you have the best service because they know you're in a rush when you're going to the airport. airport, they get you to the airport on time. Better yet, they get you home from the airport on time, because nobody likes returning and having to stand outside and potentially wait for a bus. With Park and Go, you don't have to worry about that. Just grab your bags, walk off the plane, the bus is there, and you're right back to the trunk of your car. And they make it so easy to book all covered parking. Just go to bookparkandgo.com or their easy-to-use app. Every spot is covered, so your car is always protective. Show up on the day of your flight, give them that reservation number, and they direct you right to the spot they have reserved for you. So do what we did and join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. So, I wanted to write a thank you note for every dollar Missouri Lottery players have given to Missouri and education, but that would be 8.4 billion notes. So to save a little time and a whole lot of paper, here's just one. Dear every single lottery player in Missouri, thank you for helping us give $8.4 billion to Missouri and education. Sorry, my trumpet's in the shop. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment. Not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Living with chronic joint pain is like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you enjoy this spring, like golfing, hiking, and tennis. You're just trying to get by. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Kansas City are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. They've already treated tens of thousands of patients around the country with regenerative treatments that help calm that debilitating joint pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, and your back. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Curious if you'd be a candidate for these treatments? No problem. The consultation is totally free, and they're happy to take a look to see if they can help you finally get the relief that you deserve. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without chronic joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Grandview Triangle, 470 westbound heavy, and getting onto 435, you're quite slow. And once you get out towards 104th Street, it picks up and moves better to the state line. Belton, 49 northbound, slows around Missouri 58, stays heavy up past 163rd with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I mean, this coach's photo, I'm finally zoomed in now on a big screen.
He saw our guy Duval.
Yeah, Liam Cohen. Okay. Yeah. They got Dayball at the end so they can airbrush him out in September when the Giants start 0-4. He's on the end, so he can be airbrushed out easily. Don't know who's next to Dayball. Then you got Kellen Moore, who's got the biggest smile on planet Earth. My goodness. Then you got the Duval guy. Then you've got, what's his name with Tampa, Todd Bowles.
Zoom into Shanahan's face. He looks very, very happy to be there. It looks so.
Where the hell is he?
Well, it's hard to find him because he's not wearing a backwards hat or a forward hat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he looks miserable.
Yeah, who's the guy next to him that's asleep? Who is that guy?
Oh, God, who is that?
So you got the guy on the end is Dan Quinn.
Is that Carolina's coach? Is that Eberflus?
I have no idea. Okay, so I've got...
Where are y'all looking?
I'm on the far right side. I've got Dan Quinn and Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
Two nobodies.
Vrabel looks massive, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, and he is.
Yeah, then another nobody, and then Shanahan's in front of him. Then I guess we got a guy with a beard.
You got Canales next to...
Yeah, Canales. That's who's it, not Eberflus. That was
That's
Bears
next
coach.
to Dan Campbell?
Yeah, Canales. No, he's next. Yeah, next to
Or
Shanahan.
Dan Quinn, next to Shanahan, between Quinn and Shanahan?
Mm-hmm.
Who's behind that guy that's next to Dan Quinn and Kyle Shanahan? Not going to be here for a while.
The guy behind...
No, the Canales is the guy who's ripped with the tight shirt on.
Yeah, it's Canales. Yeah.
No, the guy next to Dan Quinn.
Oh, okay.
With the quarter zip.
Mm-hmm,
that looks like somebody's dad at Little League.
Mm-hmm. That's pissed that this team's still playing. They're down 15-1.
And then you got, clearly Kyle Shanahan looked like he was on a bender last night.
Yeah, Brian Callahan next to Shanahan.
That's who it is.
That's who that is. That's Tennessee's coach.
Tennessee's coach. Yeah, he
looks like Tennessee's coach. Who's behind him?
That looks like Vrabel, and then...
Well, I know Vrabes. Who's that guy next to Vrabes? Canales, Canales was at the hotel gym. There's no question about that. Then D'Amico Ryans came in and kicked Canales off the bench. And then you've got the guy in front of D'Amico Ryans with the beard. He looks familiar, but I have no idea who the hell that guy is. Then one of the Harbaughs. Then you've got Pete Carroll, then another Harbaugh, then Sean McVay, then Andy Reid, then Nick Sirianni.
I love that Andy Reid is front and center.
Well, he should be. He's the dean of coaches in the NFL, right? He's the most successful guy, and that's how they do it. The most successful guys are inside, and then all the other turd birds are on the outside so they can airbrush him out of the photo. Because right behind Andy Reid, obviously, is Mike Tomlin, who does look exhausted. You got Dan Campbell up there. You got Sean McVay. Love that guy. Sirianni going with shorts is a baller move, too. Everybody else is in pants. Nick Sirianni goes, I'm wearing shorts. KOC behind him, some bald guy. Two guys on the end you can airbrush out.
Just zoom into Liam Cohen's face.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
It's great.
He looks like, I swear to God, he does look like Willy Wonka.
Dan Campbell.
That's why I couldn't find that guy's name. It's Brian Schottenheimer. It's the most no-name coach up there.
Which one is
the
Brian?
guy on the right who's next to the right side that I was trying to find next to Canales and
Next to Canales, that's Marty's kid. That's Blue Valley North grad Brian Schottenheimer.
That's it, man. Hey, go Mustangs.
Represent.
Get an iron shirt, man. Like, who's in front of Dayball on the end? Dayball knows he's getting airbrushed out. I mean, you can tell either that or he just crapped his pants.
And we talk about how Dan Campbell is wearing the 2X tall tee polo.
Excuse me?
Did you see that thing? He's only got to his dude. He's like big and tall.
Dan Campbell's wife went to the big and tall section at Kohl's and got him that shirt.
2X polo all the way down the thighs.
Look at that thing it does. It's like a dress.
It does.
Oh, it's massive.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so take that photo to the garage when you go today and just have fun, because that's what I did. I was like, what is Dayball doing?
What is Mike McDaniel doing, too? He's not how many cameras did they have set up for this? You know, because everybody's looking at a different camera, clearly. Somebody's wife's over here. The girlfriends are here. Somebody's sister's here. Everybody look. Which camera? Who is in between?
The guy in front of Dayball is Ben Johnson.
Who?
Ben Johnson.
Who the hell is he?
Coach of the Bears.
Oh, that guy. Who's next to Ben Johnson with a huge-ass Adam's apple? Like, that guy swallowed like an apple, and it's stuck in his throat.
And his name's Adam.
Who is that guy?
Could be Gannon.
Who's the guy behind him in the white T-shirt?
All right, we're done with this. We're done with this.
I mean, all these nondescripts here.
Anyways, Aaron Rodgers bought a house in Pittsburgh.
Allegedly.
This is from Andrew Filipponi's Twitter, who's Mr. Pittsburgh. Supposedly a guy that he knows said that Aaron Rodgers was putting a bid on a house in Pittsburgh. Can we just end it? It's the last day. Like he's going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Just like the guy at the airport told you that they saw so and so's bag, and I have a real estate agent friend who looked with Alex Smith's wife at a house or something like that. These come in all the time. Like if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're not buying in Pittsburgh. You still got that thing in Jersey you got to sell. That doesn't make a smart business decision. Aaron Rodgers ought to be renting.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Pennsylvania.
Me either.
The Hershey capital of the world. I've never been there. I could imagine, like, I don't know, maybe found a place that he likes. It's, off the grid, maybe. I have no, but
I'm not buying that he's buying a house in Pittsburgh. We hear this all the time, these real estate agents. Friends, I got this friend who called me and said, Jack Harry was brilliant at that.
Happened in Nashville 3 years ago. Rodgers, he's in Nashville.
Right,
no, he's not.
That.
There's just a lot of, like, different things that keep popping up that, like, put him in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, Mike Tomlin's done
Lack
talking
of
about
options.
it. That, and then you have DK Metcalf is throwing and catching with Aaron Rodgers. Now he's seen like possibly putting bids on houses in Pittsburgh. It's like where there's smoke, there's fire. It's been Pittsburgh since it wasn't going to be, wherever else he was going to. The Giants, Minnesota clearly said it's J.J. McCarthy's job. We're not interested in Aaron Rodgers. It's Pittsburgh or retirement. So it's one of those two, and either way, it does not affect me moving forward because Pittsburgh will not be good with him. They'll be okay, but it's that or he retires, and I think it would be a horrible business decision for Aaron Rodgers to retire.
Well,
I think he knows that, and I think he knows that he has to go to Pittsburgh. He's just taking his time.
Yeah, because, again, it's all about him. Once he signs, nobody's talking about Aaron Rodgers anymore, right?
They talk about the team.
Right, okay, now he's in Pittsburgh and all this. Nobody, he's not the story anymore, and he thrives off of being the story. And that's the thing with Aaron Rodgers is that you sit here and you have no desire, if you will, to sign anytime soon. And the longer you take, the more people ask about him, the more people talk about him, the more people speculate about him. And he can just sit back and be like the guy on Billy Madison putting the lipstick on when he crosses Billy's name off the list. That's Aaron Rodgers, listening to all of this and enjoying everything and still being the center of attention when there's other things going on in the NFL, like the tush push. But Aaron loves this. Aaron thrives off of this. If you know you're going to Pittsburgh, we got breaking news?
We do. There's been a new rule that's been passed. According to Diana Rossini, this is the real Diana Rossini, the NFL owners have passed a rule change that will allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime during the regular season per source.
Why?
The overtime period will remain just 10 minutes. So playoff overtime, regular season overtime, it's all the same.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not. I hate the fact that they're changing overtime. You've had 60 minutes to win a game. Go do it. Or get a stop.
You like ties?
How often do we see a tie?
If I never see another one again,
What
I'm
was
happy.
the last tie we saw? I mean, we see one every 4 years or something
Probably
like
more than
that?
right? I can look.
I mean, you've had 60 minutes to win the game. I hate constantly changing
and you get 60
every
minutes
rule.
after the game.
Yeah, you do. That's right. Except on the West Coast, right? Yeah. You've had time to win the game. You've had the overtime period. Get a stop, get the job done, whatever the case may be. We're talking about player safety here, right? More football does not equate to player safety. Which side of your mouth are you talking about?
Right.
Or out of NFL?
But yeah, the rule that has been passed, according to one Diana Rossini, the NFL owners have passed a rule change that will allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime during the regular season per source. The overtime period will remain just 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Been a hater of the NFL overtime my whole life. College has been doing it right.
Now, I've always loved the NFL overtime.
More than college?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah.
I mean, college overtime is legit until it gets to like, everybody's got to go for two now.
Yeah,
then at that point, it's like,
that's
the new
like
age.
the second possession now.
No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I think it's the third overtime.
Third overtime. Is
The
it the
first
third?
two are you start at your 25, do a drive, and then the third overtime you have to
2
go for
points.
two.
You have to go for two. So they're trying to end that faster.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. Don't
But
wanna-
this is like you can't sit there and say player safety and then
Exactly,
add
yes.
more possessions to an overtime
I agree
game,
with
you
that.
know? So I just always liked it. I've always been of the impression of you've had 60 minutes to win the game. If you didn't take care of business, then you didn't take care of business. We don't need to be fair and equitable in everything that we do. I like extra innings is different. Overtime in hockey is different. Overtime in basketball is a quick 5-minute period. Let's go. And then in the NFL, you always had something different as well in overtime. I like it being different in overtime. I do. I just think it's better that way. I mean, I was against going to give everybody a equal possession in the playoffs. You had 60 minutes.
MLB changed overtime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Every league changes overtime. Every league has different rules in overtime. We don't need to have everybody have a possession in overtime.
I just think it's.
And if you want the ball, stop them.
To me, it's just kind of stupid that you'd have a rule different in playoffs than it would be in the regular season. So I just think it's better to just have it the way
Continuity.
it is.
Well, baseball's different because I don't think you get the ghost runners in the postseason in extra innings.
I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, then they need to change that as well. But I'm just saying, like, the only advantage that we've seen out of it that they're different from regular season overtime was the Super Bowl that they won against the Niners. Like, we'll take the ball, we'll receive. Okay, well, we get the ball too. It's like, that's right.
yeah.
Now that mistake doesn't happen.
Right.
Because now it's like, we'll take the ball, we'll score. Well, they get the ball no matter what too, but you still would always. Now you'll just see everybody defer in overtime. You'll never see a team take the ball.
That's interesting.
Why would you take the ball if you get a chance no matter what? You're always deferring.
100%.
No matter what.
That sucks.
I mean, that's what it's
That
gonna
really
be.
does. Like, that sucks.
That's exactly what it will be. Like, everyone will defer in overtime.
What if the team, though, takes the entire 10 minutes and goes down and boops a field goal with no time remaining, though, too?
Then you've got a really good strategy.
Yeah, you're the Philadelphia Eagles, and good for you.
Now they're really going to want the tush-push band.
Yeah,
Get it to 3rd and 1. Get it to 3rd and 1. And just inch your way throughout the field.
Because overtime has always been, under my impression anyway, we can't play defense. It's not fair. No, it is fair. Go play defense. Go 3 and out. Get a stop. Get the ball back. Score and win in overtime. Right? Why? I mean, it's okay to play defense in overtime. People feel like, just because we lost the coin toss, we've lost the game. Well, your defense can go out there and play. They've just played 60 minutes. Go out there and get a stop.
I get where you're coming from, and I think in a 14-14 overtime game, I'm totally with you. But in a 35-35 game, teams aren't getting stops. So if I win the coin toss, it's not really indicative of who's been better this game. We've all been scoring. So I don't think that in a high-scoring matchup, I don't think that logic really
And now
goes
Baker
over.
Mayfield gets a chance because he doesn't have to worry about Mahomes getting the ball first.
But didn't they take almost 10 minutes to move the ball down the field? Like, they scored pretty much close to the end of that overtime
Well, then that's what
period,
you
right?
will see.
Yeah.
You will start to see people.
Long, methodical drives.
Now, I guarantee you, when you go to watch St. Joe Chiefs practice. They will have something that will be like, all right, overtime rule. Let's do it. Let's get together.
And they're already working on it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's why they're better than everybody else, because they're already working on it. But also, too, this is now, like I'm thinking overtime, the tush push can be very beneficial in overtime.
Hell yeah.
To keep these drives alive and going. Not just to continue to move the ball, but to continue to take that time off the clock and to put yourself into field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put yourself in the field goal range and you boot it through and then you give the ball back. So I don't know if people are going to defer.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. You hold them to a field goal, they go 3. I mean,
but they could take all the time off the clock.
But that's an anomaly. That's not going to happen more often than you think. That's
10
going to happen.
minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. How many times do you see guys be like, in regular football, like, all right, nice 7-minute drive here.
It's amazing.
And that's even that is hard to accomplish. 10-minute drive in overtime when everybody's fatigued. I can't see that happening very often.
Oh, I can, because the defense is gassed and offense has the advantage in that situation.
Then you score quick and you throw a deep pass and score right off the bat, or you get downfield quicker because the defense is gassed.
So if you score a touchdown and then the other team score, do we keep going?
Yes.
Yep. Just like college.
Yeah, just like everything.
Do you have to go for 2 then at that point?
No, but I mean, you will see Dan Campbell go for 2 if he doesn't get the ball first.
Absolutely.
He gets the ball second, and he goes down and scores.
And that's the other thing. Coaches are setting themselves up to be second-guessed and fired over all
You're really going to
of
hate
this.
football this year.
Coaches are going to hate it.
You don't chase points in overtime. Get the for sure tie.
What would you do, though? If they go up 7-7, do you go for the tie, or are you going for the win?
Depends on who I'm playing and what I am in the standings.
I'm going for the win. I've got
I mean,
Patrick
you
Mahomes.
know what John Harbaugh is going to do?
Yeah.
Boy, Kareem Hunt's role just got a lot more important now.
I think coaches should have to decide publicly in August.
Oh, my God.
That way we're all on the record and we know. If we get the ball second and we're down 7, we're going for the win. Or I'm going for the tie.
I love this rule.
Me too. I'm a fan.
It's good for what we do. Because no matter what they do, it's going to be wrong. You know?
That's true.
No matter what they do, it's going to be wrong.
Here we go. Another rule.
Okay.
Detroit's proposal to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding and illegal contact did not pass, despite the Lions' pleas.
That's frustrating.
So we go from really nice to not so nice.
Yeah. I wanted that rule
on the come
to help
NFL
offense.
officiating.
Yeah, so we're making things more equitable in overtime, but yet one of the biggest outliers of just crazy rules in the NFL, that 5-yard penalty that's an automatic first down on 3rd and 17, we're good with that.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, there is. What else we got?
NFL owners also now have approved proposals to expand the league's replay assist system.
Great.
What does that mean? It's already like they review everything.
I'll tell you what it means. It's going to take longer to figure out the play was a fumble or he had possession.
Binkley says second overtime in college football, they have to go for 2.
So it is the second overtime.
They some Mac.
Binkley
Binkley, text Bob real quick. I know you're listening. Text Bob when you had that conversation with the caller about the Masters being more important than NFL draft night.
Yeah, I'll pull that.
Yeah,
We
somebody
need to
wanted to
figure
know if Dusty called it.
Yeah, they want to know if it's me because it wasn't. I was sitting down watching Brady Singer shove while having a Surfside cocktail. That's what I was doing last night.
Sounds nice.
It was nice. I got to mow the lawn today, so at least I have time
Gotta
to
get it done.
Got to do it. The rain's
I was
coming.
going to say rain's coming.
Just like NFL rules. So if you missed it in this last segment before we go to break, the NFL owners have now passed a rule that both teams will be allowed to have the ball in overtime in the regular season, and the 10 minutes will be allowed to be played in overtime. That's what it is. 10-minute clock, both teams get the ball. NFL owners have also now approved proposals to expand the league's replay assist system. So Gene Stessator, and then Detroit's proposal to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding and illegal contact did not pass despite the Lions' plea. That is some rule changing. We will get into more of that. Plus, we get into, is April the best month of the year? Of course it is. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending are ready for you to give them a call. And we talk to the folks over at Golden Oak Lending probably about twice a year with that free mortgage checkup. And it's so great to take the free mortgage checkup with my friends over at Golden Oak Lending because you kind of know where you stand, where you could potentially go, and what's out there and what's available for you. And the free mortgage checkup is just that. It's a free conversation, risk-free, no no paperwork or credit card required. You just call and have a conversation, and the folks at Golden Oak will ask you what you're trying to accomplish with your financial goals. What are you trying to do in life? Where are you trying to go? What bills you may have coming up that we can help you with? And if you refinance with Golden Oak Lending, you'll skip 2 months of a mortgage payment. How would you like to go all of April and all of May without having to make a mortgage payment? Sounds great at this time of year or any time of the year. And if you don't want to talk to the folks at Golden Oak Lending, just go to goldenoaklending.com and save with their zip line, Golden Oak's fast and easy online mortgage tool. That's goldenoaklending.com. But if you're like me and you want to talk to someone, call them and take that free mortgage checkup, because the average cash out customer saves $1,104 per month. It's 913-890-GOLD. 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Baseball fans, take a swing and make entries all on your favorite players with Underdog. With baseball officially back, you can make every game more exciting with Underdog. It's one of the leading sports apps that you can play in your state. Yeah, on the Missouri side. Do you want to win up to 1,000 times your money? You can over there. It's easy. Just choose which player will go higher or lower than their stats, strikeouts, home runs, and more. You can pair it up with your favorite leagues, teams, and choose across multiple sports. Join the millions of fans who have already won billions of dollars playing at Underdog. I love how easy it is to use the app. Download the Underdog app today and sign up using that promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon your first deposit. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment. Not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tuesday, April 1st is April Fuels Day. Earn a 25-cent fuel saver for every $40 you spend. Not kidding. Earn a 25-cent fuel saver for every $40. Tuesday, April Fuels Day at Hy-Vee. Summer restrictions apply.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know? Like us?
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779 4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
This hour on 96.5 The Fan is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Results every week and then receive free support for life. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Belton, 49 northbound slows past Cass Parkway and just crawls all the way up to 163rd Street with an accident reporting. Kansas side, 35 northbound at the merge to 69 highway. You hit slowdowns and it's off again, on again heavy up towards Antioch from there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Happy April 1st to a lot of you. The best month for sports. Obviously, I am extremely biased, and I don't care.
Is it the best month for sports? Somebody said it to me yesterday. April's the best month of sports. I'm like, all right, let's think about it. We don't even have the NFL.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you got the off-the-field stuff, right?
Well, you have one of the best sports moments to a lot of people is considered the NFL draft.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's in 23 days. One of the best sporting events in the American United States.
It is.
According to many. God, I don't know what life would be like if I didn't get to watch rounds 4 through 7 on the edge of my chair.
Do you really watch rounds 4?
That's the NFL draft. That's the draft. We didn't say night 1.
Yeah.
We said the draft.
Binkley will be dialed in.
Of course.
Yeah.
Character Concerns podcast comes out tomorrow. Jay Binkley joins 6:45.
So April, the best sports month of the year. You got baseball in full swing. You got the NCAA championship taking place, the Final Four as they call it. You've got football off-season stuff going on, which sometimes is more exciting than the regular season in sports. I think basketball starts their playoffs at the end of the month, right? Hockey starts their postseason at the end of the month. So
the Masters
is going to be, I mean, my goodness, you're right. April is pretty loaded. People will also argue, many people will argue that October is the best sports month of the year. You're right in the middle of the NFL season. You got the high holy days of Major League Baseball going on. The start of the NBA is kind of sprinkled in towards the end of that month. College football is in full effect with conference games going on right now. Now, April it is. I think it is April.
But what are they winning in October?
What do you mean, what are they winning?
Like you're winning a green jacket. In April.
Yeah.
You're winning a college basketball championship.
You're winning the World Series in October.
It's November now.
Well, depends on how quick you get it done.
It doesn't. It's November. It's been November since Jeter played.
No, it ended in October last year.
Okay. Well,
Jeter played in November because of 9/11, and that pushed the season back a week.
And they called him Mr. November.
And they called him Mr. November, yeah.
I just thought they played in September. I thought the regular season ended October 31st last year. I could be wrong.
The regular season? Oh, hell no. The regular season ends September 30th or October 2nd, whatever that Sunday is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the last game was October 30th.
Okay. So, there you go. I'm wrong.
So you win the World Series in October. You play football in October. Mac, what do you think?
What are you winning? Nobody cares about the NFL in October. It's what do we always say? It's December when it matters.
Yeah, it's still really fun.
It's still going on.
It's still great. Yeah.
Again, the conversation I started was, what are you winning in October?
World Series.
Okay, what else?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some bad golf tournament, right?
It's probably a golf tournament.
Golf's biggest tournament starts in April. College basketball's biggest championship is in April.
Mm-hmm.
The official start of the NFL season, in my opinion, is the draft. Starts in April. Missing something here?
No, it's a good month.
October's fun.
October's
the weather's
really
better
fun.
in April.
Yeah,
is it though anymore though? I feel like all the seasons are pushed back a month now.
Yeah, everything's
like spring
changed.
really doesn't get going with the warm weather till May. I mean, you look at that 45-day extender, which I do all the time. Like, when's it going to be 70 permanently? May. And then October is always really warm still, right? You still have plenty of outdoor time, in October. It doesn't, it's been 60 on Christmas, here. So it's not exactly like the seasons are the same as they used to be. So October's still a good weather month. I think it's a better outside month than April is at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, like if you want to pull analogies, you can be like, "Oh, it's going to snow on Sunday night in April." It's like, okay, but like,
is it really supposed to snow on
there's a
Sunday?
chance.
Oh God!
But like, you have like, I mean, you have more things. I don't know, like sports wise, like even as a little kid, like the sports season in April was better to me than the sports season in October. Right? Like I was jacked up because I'd been in a machine in a garage hitting baseballs off of a jug from February to March, and then April was like, hey.
You get outside.
We have a real game.
That's a big deal, too, that
now,
you
that's
do
not
get
sports,
outside. Yeah.
But, like, sporting month, if we're going to go vague, like, it's fantastic. Like, there's just, to me, it's like all these guys that have been itching to play golf are finally going out and playing golf, whether that's Frisbee golf, whether that's ladder golf, whether whatever it is. All those things become more relevant as opposed to like October, it's kind of like a transition of starting to shut down, whereas April is a transition starting to open up, is where I look at it.
Yeah,
Like,
and it feels like the last season of football has left us behind. That's a new beginning now. We're all through our Super Bowl hangovers. We're talking about drafts. That's true. No, I do. I think it's, I think I'm with you. I think it's one or two. I think it's hard for me to say it's one because there's not actual NFL
There's
happening.
no other competition, though, right? Like, it's either April or October. Ain't nobody else coming to this party saying, hold my beer, right? Like,
somebody will
March,
say November. I mean, I don't know. It just depends
November?
I'm trying to think. What's November specifically? I mean, football is heating
KU,
up.
Duke, and Atlanta.
yeah, exactly.
As far as an individual event in a niche sport, it would be a bigger deal. Listen, I love the Masters. There's a certain bar I go to because they always have golf on. I love watching the PGA Tour. I typically will watch it at least on one screen on Sundays and then watch some NASCAR as well with it. But I love seeing Scheffler almost win in Houston, but he didn't. Came one stroke from winning. But, yeah, the Masters is a huge event with golf fans, but I don't know if the average public will watch it. I don't know if they're talking about it in February and March. But the draft, I know people talk about.
You think more people watch the draft then?
I think more people consume the draft through the process. Remember, the draft's 3 days.
two different things.
Well, yeah, the Masters is 4 days.
It is 4 days, but the 3 days of the draft, I think, are huge. Definitely day one. People are watching. People are doing mock drafts. They're not doing a mock draft for the Masters.
Yes, they are.
No, they're betting on it. They're putting real money down on that.
Well, you can bet on the draft, too.
No, you can draft on the first picks.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. You can bet if someone's going to be top 10 or not. Or, you can bet on.
That's just dumb money, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, but people do it.
All right, so here's the end-all, be-all. They're basically the same event. They're multiple days.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're absolutely the same event. The draft last year had an average of 5.7 million people watching. The Masters had an average of 5.2. It's the same event.
Wow.
It is the same event.
Okay. I disagree.
I'm surprised that's a low number, I feel like, for Masters.
And it is. Since 95, the TV ratings for the Masters tournament final round have generally fallen, with 2024 averaging a rating of 5.2. This marked a decrease of around 5% of the previous year and a decline of nearly 50% since the turn of the century. Well, there's more options.
Well,
You can't compare anything anymore because we have so many different options and so many different ways to watch. My daughter did not know that Hunter Renfroe chased balls around the outfield on Thursday until she got to school on Monday and consumed it on Monday. People are doing other things. So I'm not a big fan of like, well, the numbers are hugely down right now and all. Nah, it's not. And then according to the Sports Business Journal, the entire NFL draft brought in an average of 5.7 million viewers, down 3% from 2023, but up from 2022. The first round drew about 12 million viewers, which was the best day one number since 2021. So an average of 5.7 over the course of 3 days. The first day, which is the biggest day, 12 million viewers. The biggest day for the Masters, 5.2 million on the final round. But if you average out the 3 days of the draft, it's about the same as the final round of the Masters. What does that tell you? Hell if I know.
I'd love to see what the Masters ratings are on Saturday as opposed to the NFL drafts on Saturday. Because I would say why it's not the same is because people will be tuned into the Masters on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday, whereas like that's overall where the NFL gets a gigantic spike on Thursday night and maybe a little bit on Friday for the 3 hours, whatever it's on, And then Saturday and Sunday, it's a dramatic slide, but they even out to where it's like, 12.1 million viewers on Thursday night, 3.4 on Sunday, but you put them together, whereas the Masters, I think, will stay almost steady throughout, whereas Saturday and Sunday, the Masters take off because you have moving day Saturday. If you guys don't know what that is, I don't need to explain it, but you also have the Masters Sunday, which is where here it is. There's also the effect of when Tiger Woods was in golf, it was the NFL sort of buzz. There's not Tiger Woods in golf.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the NFL is the number one sport in the entire United States. It is what it is. But again, I don't think that energy for the NFL, if you're taking the draft in an entire event, is there an app that you can download to track who's getting drafted every pick? I mean, I guess you could do Twitter. Does that count? But the Masters has its own streaming device for Thursday and Friday.
See, that's an issue too. Yeah, is it on ESPN or very little is
it's
on
ESPN throughout the second half of the day.
Yeah, like 3:00 or something, right?
Yeah.
After that time, everybody's already played, right?
Depends on the tee times. They play the tee time Thursday. You play the opposite on Friday, and then Saturday, everybody that made the cut plays according to their score. So you can't really dictate who's going to be on. It just depends on what they shot. But I don't know.
So last year, CBS latest report showed that 9.59 million average viewers tuned into Scotty Scheffler's Sunday Triumph. That qualifies as less than 10 million. And even if out-of-home viewing data was down, it doesn't account for a drop of nearly 2.5 million viewers from Jon Rahm's 23 victory. Is Scotty Scheffler not as interesting as Jon Rahm?
I mean, Scheffler's just boring.
He
just doesn't really have a personality. He's just super good. And again, we talked about this earlier with fatigue. Like in the Masters, like if Jordan Spieth is in the Sunday chasing for the Masters and he's going up against Bryson DeChambeau, those numbers will trump every single thing they've done the last couple of weeks. I promise you that. If it is Jordan Spieth and Bryson DeChambeau to see who wins the Masters for the final Sunday, you will have everybody tuned in because those are two names that everyone knows. Unfortunately, not everybody knows who Siwoo Kim is or who Tom Kim is or who these guys are that play in the tournament. But I mean, again, like event-wise bigger, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. But I mean, there's just ways that like people backpedal out of like the draft. It's like, well, the numbers, like, Thursday night.
Yeah, 12 million on Thursday, but an average of 5.7 million.
So it dropped 7 million in 3 days.
As it should. Like the Masters should be huge on Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, whatever. But as the weekend gets, the numbers should be bigger. The NFL draft, quite honestly, as a football fan, we only know about 10 of these guys that are getting drafted anyway.
Right.
You want to see who your team gets in the first round, you look them up, watch a couple of highlights, and then it's Friday, which is a terrible TV night. And then it's Saturday, and you're doing things with the kids. You're not sitting there at 9 a.m. watching the draft.
Yeah.
Why not just combine the two and get 10.7 million to watch the draft Masters? #BigBrain from 316. Love it.
Good. Shot at Augusta, next pick. Shot at Augusta, next pick.
That's fantastic.
How cool would that be?
That's great.
With the 348th pick of the NFL draft, they select so-and-so out of Toledo. Here's a shot from Schefter, and he stuck it within 5 feet. He's got a chance to tie the lead.
I'm in.
What are we doing here?
But first, the Giants are picking.
Yeah. You got to wait. Sorry.
Well, they also try to do the NFL draft mixed with the Masters. They put Chris Berman on the Masters coverage.
Yeah.
There's a drive back, did 325 yards for Tiger Woods.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine him on golf?
That would be too much.
It happened. Like, they put Berman on golf, and it was like, that's it. Like,
have they had Berman on golf?
He did the
I have to
Masters.
listen to this.
He did.
He was a Masters coverage for 1 year.
Oh, God.
And they were like, never again.
Yeah, obviously.
It's like having me be a funeral home director.
Yeah.
This guy's a baller. This guy's got some riz. I'm going to glaze this dead guy up real quick. And if you don't understand that meaning, I can explain to you what that means.
Oh, my God. Like, did Hootie Johnson just escort Berman off the course himself at that point?
I think it was
in time?
just Thursday, Friday, because it was
ESPN.
It was ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, Berman on, like, who made that? That would be like Stephen A. Smith be out there yelling about, you can't have that.
Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson can't have Can't have Kevin Harlan do golf.
No.
Oh, baby, what a putt!
Those guys just don't have
The
inside
whole course
voices.
just stops. I'd love it. Like, we just reverse the announcers. Like, you know, whoever the golf announcer is, put him on football, put Kevin Harlan on golf. Let's call it what it is. Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson doing a golf match. I'd watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine if a guy like duffed a shot, Tiger Woods goes back for a shot, whop, Missed it. Wow. Like, whoa, dude. Hey, you're on the 8th fairway. Coming up on the other side, it's sponsored by J Southland Tow Service, and it is the J South Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. We get to start, bench, cut on the other side here on Fesco and Dusty on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and I'm here with Mike, a fellow Awaken 180 weight loss client.
I was on a trend where I was about to go over 250 pounds. My cholesterol was getting higher. Since I've gone on the Awaken 180 plan, by the way, I've lost about 50 points on my cholesterol. So I went in for my blood panel within about 60 days of starting the program, and it dropped about 50 points through my doctor. So he went on the plan. My own doctor, as a cardiologist, went on the plan because he was so impressed. He knew what my stomach looked like. He knew my build. I came in, and he just was astounded by the blood panel results. If I hadn't found Awaken 180, I probably would be on cholesterol medicine, higher blood pressure medicine. It was just a life of medication in front of me, and I didn't want that.
Mike, his doctor, and I all took control of our health thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. Become your own success story and call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Attention car shoppers, Kevin Harlan here with Rob Side of Rob Side Ford in South Kansas City. Hey Rob, what's going on?
We are making 2025 the best year in Rob Site Ford history, and we are doing it with 4 simple steps.
Simple is what I love most about Rob Site Ford. So Rob, what's the plan?
It starts with Rob Site Ford's non-commissioned sales staff, Kansas City's lowest prices on brand new Fords, the best trade-in values, the biggest selection we've ever had. With those 4 steps, it is my personal mission to make Rob Site Ford the easiest, most value-driven Ford dealership in Kansas City. No BS.
That's why Rob Site Ford is the only dealership I'll send my friends and family to. But you're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
Rob Site Ford is Kansas City's top-rated Google Ford dealership.
Good call. Can't forget about that. Check out Rob Site Ford in South Kansas City at 135th and State Line, ROBSIGHT.com.
Guys, let's talk about your prostate. If an enlarged prostate has you rushing to the nearest restroom, frustrated and uncomfortable because you need to go but can't, or it's keeping you up at night, it's time to fix it. Clarity Care offers prostate artery embolization. PAE is a simple office treatment that can shrink your prostate and relieve your symptoms so you can get back to enjoying life. No surgery, just relief. Call Clarity Care today or visit kcprostate.com.
The other place, Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton have lots of big screens, great food, and beer specials. Plus, patio season is coming up soon. The Other Place is your home for baseball this spring. The Other Place and theotherplace.com.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went...
I'm so excited.
Yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
In Belton, 49 northbound, very heavy. You hit delays just past Cass Parkway. It just crawls up towards 163rd Street with an accident. Kansas side, 35 southbound, slows from 635 down past 67th Street. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's MJ Melendez. Catch Vern's On Deck Show 1 hour before first pitch right here on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Getting in late to the segment, so we want to get to it because it is sponsored by Jay's Southland Tow Service text line. Start bench cut. Renfroe, Melendez, Caglione. Do I even need to go?
I want to know who you're benching.
Renfroe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
you bench Renfroe, you start MJ, and you cut Cags. Wow.
Well, he did say that Caglione is a myth. earlier.
Yeah, I don't need
Go
to
find
see
it on our
him
Twitter
this
page.
year.
I
I
posted.
mean, yeah, he is. He hasn't done anything at the big league level. I want to see our guys do well.
Neither has MJ Melendez.
Well, you're right about
That's
that.
true.
Yeah,
He's more of a myth than anything.
I'd love to have these guys play well, so we don't have to see Jack Caglione this year. If you're winning baseball games and everybody's playing well, you don't need the guys from the minor leagues to come up. June 11th is the service day when the clock stops the ticking. That you can bring guys up. You still got to get Cags on that 40-man roster. How many of the Royals have on there now? 37? Are they capped at 40?
I don't know.
Because at last I saw they were at 37. Obviously, Canna is put on that. Whatever. We'll figure it out at some point in time.
39.
There's 39 on the roster. You got a spot on the 40-man ready for him when you want to start the clock ticking. June 11th is that magic date. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Yeah, let him go up there and strike out 3 times with runners in scoring position, and let me know how that makes you feel. Mac, where do you go?
I'm starting Cags for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cut
Yes,
Merv.
sir.
Get him out of here.
Okay, we just had this discussion on the other side, so I bring up 3 months.
Ooh, okay.
Start, bench, cut. April, October, November.
Are we like just months in general?
Yep.
Sports,
Nope,
life?
just month.
Month in general. I'm going to start April. It's my birthday month. It's the beginning of spring. I like April a lot. I will bench November because I love Thanksgiving. And that means I got to cut October, but that's fine. It's whatever. I like eating turkey.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. Yeah, I'll bench November because Thanksgiving, but April, the weather's great. It feels really nice, or at least for the most part. We'll see what
Spring
happens this
is
week.
just that feeling like, okay, it's over.
Yes.
Like it's just like you feel like you can get out. And then it's beautiful last week, and then last night I'm sitting at soccer freezing my ass off going, I was warmer at Arrowhead in January than I am at this soccer game tonight at Seaback. Let's go. Like, so that's the only part of spring that's kind of confusing is like some days it's beautiful, some days it's not, But April gives you that fresh start, everything's new.
Mm-hmm. I think I go in the order: April, October, November.
Okay.
Because if we're taking sports out of it, April's seasonal, Bob's birthday, Sand Trap,
Sand Trap Friday,
yeah. October, you kind of transition to like sweats and hoodies and crock pot meals. You start to get more homey, right? Like the pools are shut down. Maybe some might not be, but you kind of transition to like the hibernation station. And then November, I just think November is overrated. Like that's that month in between Christmas and like, I don't know. I'm not a huge
Football's gearing up,
Thanksgiving guy.
and Thanksgiving is I love Thanksgiving, so
it's fair.
Yeah,
teach his own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no right or wrong answers.
Matt put
How
one in
could
here.
you say October over November, Dusty, and not like Thanksgiving? Are you not American?
Well, I don't know. I just got a bunch of people in the last conversation. Golf sucks and it's boring. Okay. Enjoy the Canadian Football League as you probably do.
Or the UFL if you're watching that, Bink.
Simpleton. Start, bench, cut. Singer, India, Estevez.
I'm starting India, benching Estevez, and cutting Singer. It's kind of what the Royals did.
Yeah. I mean, be kind of cool if you had India and Singer.
Yeah, I was going to say both would be nice. I'll start India, bench Singer, and cut Estevez.
Yeah, I'll start India.
Emilio!
Yeah, I will start India. I will bench Estevez, and I will cut Singer because I think everybody's better in a new place sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes marriages aren't meant to last. Sometimes
right,
relationships come to an end. sometimes it's better to move on. You never know. Maybe you had a job for 7 years because they helped your schedule out, but it was terrible for your mind. It's kind of getting close to home. And then you find a new job where they actually still work with your schedule. And it's like, why didn't I do this before? Cincinnati might be a good place for Brady Singer. It's not like he didn't leave Kansas City.
Right.
He just plays baseball in Cincinnati.
Yeah, change of scenery is good for a lot of people. Like I think for Nick Prado down in the minor leagues, getting to a new organization would probably be good for him. Luis Robert with the White Sox. See, if I'm the Royals right now, I offer Prado for Luis Robert straight up.
I'd offer Melendez and Renfroe.
Hochevar,
Canna,
Matt Castle.
Yeah.
And Eric Warfield.
How about some food before we get back into athletes? Turkey, ham, roast beef. See, this is where I get, like, is it smoked? Is it honey baked? Is
it lunch meat? Is it fresh bird? Is
but
it
if you're
like
going
swine?
basics, I would go roast beef start, bench turkey, cut ham. Too salty.
See, I would go.
I'm not a ham lord.
Yeah, I would go
fair.
turkey, roast beef, ham.
But if you put honey baked ham on there,
and we're talking it's different.
And if you do
Yeah.
smoked turkey, I'm taking that over roast
Or
beef.
honey turkey, which my kids love.
Honey
So,
turkey.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing turkey, ham, roast beef in that order.
Yeah. Mahomes, Jokic, Ohtani.
Mahomes and the rest can go do whatever they want. But I'm benching Ohtani, cutting Jokic.
I just did that because we paid homage to what we did earlier in the conversation of today. I think I would start Mahomes because of the championships. I would bench Ohtani because he's more rarefied air than I think Jokic is in basketball. We've seen Giannis. We've seen maybe the future that might be Wemby. We've seen Duncan. We've seen big guys be successful. I haven't really seen a guy hit 50 home runs, steal 50 bases, and also strike out 50 batters in a month of baseball. I don't know what's going on right now. Moving on with Start Bench Cut, brought to you by Jay Southland Tow Service Text Line. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas.
All right, so in the next segment, I'm going to play you some audio from Nolan Richardson about Larry Bird, and you will die when you hear this audio. But I am starting Magic Johnson, I am benching Larry Bird, and I'm cutting Isaiah Thomas.
Magic over Bird?
I'm starting Bird, benching Magic, and getting rid of Isaiah Thomas, the little twerp that sucked.
Jerk.
Like, nobody likes Isaiah Thomas, right?
If Jordan doesn't like you, then I don't like you.
Sorry. Yep.
So, yeah, he's out. But, I mean, Magic and Bird, you could debate all day. I mean, this is 1985 sports radio, right, if we wanted to.
Of course.
But I don't know, man. I just like Magic Johnson. Like watching that show on HBO, Winning Time. Did you watch any of that?
Yes.
It ended too abruptly.
I
They didn't
know.
renew it, and they had to cut the ending, and it was terrible. Larry Bird did not come across as a nice fellow.
not.
Magic came across as charismatic, loving, and he is. I mean, Magic is the
Very
life of the
loving.
party.
There's on HBO, Bill Simmons just put out a documentary coming out, Celtic story. So obviously, Celtics fan, I love it. But episode 4 is all basically Bird and Magic, and they do a really good job at highlighting stuff that maybe someone younger like me, and even if you were there, don't really remember it. They really highlight the race battle that was Magic and Bird, rather than the on the court stuff that we know and the quotes and the smiles and the trash talk. This is what this really was in the world. It's quite fascinating. Good history.
That is interesting. I didn't realize that was going on back then. Quite honestly, maybe I'm ignorant on that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was taking. That's really the first time that I'd heard that was going on. Back then. Now, when you hear from Nolan Richardson in our next segment, it'll be okay. That's pretty funny. But I think the Larry Bird Magic Johnson thing. I've had people who I worked for back in the day tell me that had they come along a few years earlier and Jordan, we'd still have the NBA here because the NBA moved out right as Magic and Bird were saving the league, and then Jordan came in and it became what it was. And so the NBA was nothing. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are kind of the reason why we are here today with the NBA. And then obviously Jordan, it's gotten to where it is. But Magic and Bird, they saved the league.
Yeah, and then Jordan changed it, which is insane.
Yeah.
Just a few short years later. Coming up on the side, Nolan Richardson audio about Larry Bird. The Bob promised you better play it. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we sit, and baseball is officially back, and you can make every game day more exciting with Underdog. And Underdog is one of the leading sports apps, and you can play it now in the state of Missouri. It's very simple. I love the Underdog app. Played a lot over the weekend. And to play, you can choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. Strikeouts, strikeouts, home runs, hits, and so much more. And they've got all of your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You can create entries with all baseball selections or mix and match across other sports. I was doing that over the weekend with basketball and with baseball. Plus, you can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money, so you can turn $1 into 1,000 with just your sports knowledge. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using the promo code BOB to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. That's promo code BOB to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers, you can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 5-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at egopowerplus.com.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Men, here's the truth. In the bedroom, good enough isn't really good enough, is it? This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if your erectile dysfunction is making intimacy less enjoyable for you and your partner, give us a call today. Because whether your ED only happens sometimes or all the time, it's time to stop good enough and time to start really good. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. Whether it's only mild or moderate, or even if it's severe, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we have a variety of treatments and can even combine protocols, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in a long time. You could even last up to an hour or more and make sex great again for you and your partner. So make an appointment and be done with good enough. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you.
College holds a mythic place in American culture. But there are stories you won't hear on the campus tours.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything from rigged admissions to the drama of Greek life and student protests. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hy-Vee makes my life easier every time I visit. From pre-made meals to everything I need to grill at home, I can find at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is your graduation headquarters for any size celebration. They have party trays, personalized cakes, floral arrangements, and so much more. Don't miss the graduation open house on Saturday, April 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., where you can sample all of the amazing graduation party options or just get a little inspiration. Let Hy-Vee handle everything this graduation season, even full-service catering, only at Hy-Vee.
It's that time of year. Fire up the grill and get your backyard groove on. It's Hy-Vee's good old-fashioned meat sale. We're rolling back prices on springtime favorites like bacon-wrapped chicken grillers for $3.99. Specialty brats $1 each. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.99 a pound, and 85% ground chuck, just $4.99 a pound. These crazy low prices will get you in the groove. Hustle in for big savings this Friday through Sunday only at Hy-Vee.
Today, there is a 65% chance of light rain.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Robert Half's recruiting professionals use their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
All right. Promise is a promise.
Promises, promises. Do you know who sang that song?
No. Celine Dion.
No, it's going to drive me nuts now.
I listened to My Heart Will Go On the other day. I forget how good that song is.
Do you, just quick sidebar, do you realize how good Celine Dion is at singing?
She's one of the best of all time.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, we could have done I guess we could do that in June. Like your Mount Rushmore of female vocalists. I would assume that she would be on that list.
I'd have to really think. Whitney Houston immediately comes to mind.
Franklin.
Aretha's on there. Adele. I told you.
Adele, yeah.
There's 3 of my 4. Mariah Carey on that list?
Ooh, Carrie Underwood. Damn, there's a lot of good ones. She's a great vocalist, dude. Okay, whatever.
I just wouldn't put her in the category of like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Celine Dion, Adele. I'd put her in a good category,
yeah,
but I mean
that's fair. We're talking the best of the best. That's fair.
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross. I don't know.
Madonna. I'm joking.
I was waiting for it. I was wondering if we were going to do that.
Like a Prayer opened my eyes. You're about to open everybody's eyes. What Nolan Richardson had to say about Larry Bird.
Nolan Richardson. I saw this yesterday for the first time ever. This is some Hall of Fame induction, and here's Nolan Richardson talking about Larry Bird.
I never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right, Bird. He makes the shot, Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And when the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
How great is that?
That's great.
Right?
That is fantastic.
Bird. And then I saw his picture, and I'm like, damn.
He's on the right. This brother can play. That's awesome.
See, we don't have the characters anymore in sports.
Yeah.
That's what we've lost, right? We don't have the Nolan Richardsons. We don't have the Billy Martins or the Jim Lelands burning darts in the dugout, arguing with the managers. Like, the characters of sports are gone. They are. There's no characters anymore. There's nobody
It's
like
harder
that.
to be one.
I mean, it is.
It's
You're
harder
right.
to be
It
one.
is, yeah.
I would think Andy Reid is a character within himself. Like, you know him as like the mustache, jolly, fun guy dressed up as Santa Claus. That's a character of like he's the dad type of coach. Mike Tomlin has character.
Not like this though. I don't think Andy Reid has much character like a Nolan Richardson.
Like a charisma. You're talking about charisma.
Yeah,
kind
just
of.
that
Yeah.
like.
I get that.
Yeah, Nolan Richardson.
I think it's harder to
that
create.
guy. It is. It's much harder. Larry Brown kind of had that back in the day, and you start to think Marty Schottenheimer had that with all his bizarre things of rowing boats and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'd say
Dan Campbell's a character.
Dan Campbell is. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Our guy.
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
100%.
Yeah.
I think Tomlin is too. Like the way he talks to the media.
He's funny.
I think Popovich was a character.
Popovich definitely was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're still out there. They're just not as fluent. They're not as original.
Yeah.
Like, you just
And there's not as much like self-confidence anymore in people, right? Like these guys had the self-confidence. They didn't care.
Well,
they
have to
weren't
worry
worried about anything,
Mhm.
you know? And then somehow there became, I'd like to know where it happened actually. And we're going to get off and reminisce here but like the divide between the media and the teams. Like when did the teams start considering the media the devil? Because that's when that really started to happen. Because back in the day, these guys used to fly with the teams or always around the teams, you know, drinking with the teams, all this kind of stuff, riding the train with the team. And then all of a sudden, the media became the devil and the villain. When did that happen? And who was that person who became that devil and villain that created this divide where these guys don't feel like they can be humans anymore?
Somebody says, unfortunately, characters, in quotes, is like Mike McDaniel.
He's a character.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen's a character.
Duval.
Willy Wonka out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you just don't have like the freeness of what you can say anymore without being like, if somebody says like ostracized or something like that. Like
that's
in the world,
that's the thing. Like these guys are so afraid because you got idiots on social media that are ready to crush them every step of the way.
Canceled.
And this is something that I want to bring up because
Are we still canceling people?
I guess.
I think so. I think you could say this too. Back then, athletes weren't as polarized as they are now when it comes to media.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have like a bunch of guys with the outlets that they have nowadays where like if LeBron says something to me, like let's take this for example, right? Like this is a perfect example of what I'm getting at. When you hear players be able to be themselves, this is 100% accurate.
My view of it was watch him get hit in the face.
Like you didn't get that in the 80s.
Right.
Like because you didn't have the availability. You saw it in a newspaper and you read the article, but it wasn't their voice of the athlete saying it. It was, I remember when Sweeney and Weaver got into a fight. And the only way we knew what really happened is like Sweeney went to the press, was like, he said these expletives and he said this and I'd had enough of it. So I charged him out.
Right.
Whereas like nowadays, if that fight happened, you remember when Brett Laurie was pissed at Kelvin Herrera?
Yeah.
Like that audio was like immediately there on Vern's postgame show and everybody heard it and then ran with it. So I think that the athletes have a bigger platform now to where the coaches now don't have to be that voice and the only voice. Whereas like, you know, like if, I don't know, like if somebody describes LeBron James at a Hall of Fame ceremony, like if Dwayne Wade speaks and he says this stuff, that'll have more plug to it than if like Pat Riley were to say something, because it's now we want to hear what his teammates say, not what his coach had to say, because there's more of a availability for athletes to speak up now than just coaches. It would be my take on that, which is why you've seen coaches' characters kind of disarray or dissipate from the world of sports, whereas like athletes now have the availability to go out there and say what they want and not feel bad about it.
Don't college coaches, though, need to be more of the characters now? Because of, especially now more so than ever, like they used to be the guys like that Johnny Orr guy up at Iowa State, not Nolan Richardson, but Norm Stewart,
Yes.
Larry Brown, Roy Williams. Like Bill Self's still kind of a little bit of a character. He has some fun. You know, the guy at Oklahoma State. You know, the basketball coach back in the day, Eddie Sutton. You know, you had guys like that. You had, you know, who
Norm
was
Stewart too.
Yeah, that's why I said Norm.
Yeah,
you had, you know, the guy Lon Kruger at Oklahoma State back in the day was a character. Like you had those old Big 8 basketball coaches that were the characters, that were the, you know, the face of their programs. Doesn't college need to revert back to that now, where we can't just continue to hire these no-name head coaches, but maybe, you know, nobody wants to do it anymore because of the NIL. But college would behoove itself to get back to the old days of like a Norm Stewart being the face of your program with so many people changing all the time.
Bill Belichick,
you know, could be.
That could be the new face, right?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be the face of college football this year after Arch Manning, right?
Somebody says Coach Oregon at LSU was a character.
Oh,
Ed
Orgeron was fantastic. Win the national championship. They ran him out fast.
Yeah, it was done.
Well, he won that title, and then it was done.
Yeah, I mean, it was over fast. Did he do that with Les Miles players?
Probably.
Yeah, well,
Bob
he didn't
Knight.
have their family.
Bob Knight, yeah. But Bob Knight was a jerk. Like, and I don't care that he's dead. He was an ass.
Yeah. He tried to talk about nepotism and tried to get his son to be a coach.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Mm-hmm. But he did one thing that nobody else has ever done.
Threw a chair.
And he went undefeated.
Yep.
And won a title. 1987, year I was born. Indiana Hoosiers. By the way, did you see the video of the Indiana State Championship game in basketball?
No.
Recently?
Sold out arena.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's the best. That's why
It's
Hoosiers is so
a
good.
different
Yeah.
world in basketball in high school.
That's because it's one versus, everybody plays,
Yeah, type it in Twitter, like Indiana State game.
There's
It's like,
no classes. It's great.
It looks like the Garden and
Yeah.
like the Eastern
Where'd
Conference
they
Finals.
play it? Did they play it in Indy at the field house there?
It looked like it was at like the Pacers or it was in where Caitlin Clark's home is now.
Oh.
It was either one of the. It was in an actual arena, and it's sold out. Lights are going crazy. Fans are cheering. It's absolutely nuts. Dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
High school.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Yeah.
That's why they made the movie Hoosiers, though. I mean, because that's what it's like. It's a different religion there in Indiana. Now you don't even know who the hell the Indiana men's basketball coach
I think
is.
it is the religion.
No, it is. Yeah.
I think it is that.
Yeah, and I still think they do it without classes, if I'm not mistaken. They just have a bracket, and whoever
I love that.
My dad says
wins.
Billy Tubbs.
Billy Tubbs, that's another great. That's the Oklahoma name I was looking for. He grabbed the microphone and ripped the refs at Oklahoma. Yeah,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, Gundy
with the mullet.
620 is a great one. Mike Leach. I mean, he was the
Oh,
character.
yeah.
The character.
He was great.
He's
R.I.P.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one we lost too soon.
Way too soon.
Huggins was kind of a character.
Oh, Bob Huggins. Yeah.
I interviewed him, and he gave me
that's
a
cool.
great lay of audio at Big 12 Media Day.
Heck yeah.
What's your favorite Halloween costume? A sheet with 2 holes in it. I come from a town with 2 stoplights and a bar. Okay.
Yeah, he visited that bar numerous times.
Apparently.
What's
Nothing. He drove drunk, and they had to fire him.
And that's it. Yeah.
And then I guess you
Yikes,
could
that
say
sucks.
that, like, nowadays coaches are almost trying too hard. Like, Dabo Sweeney's cringe as a character.
Oh, yeah.
I have to sprint down the hill and make it look like me. I am Clemson.
Or who was the guy you sent us yesterday? Matt Rule dancing.
Now he's doing TikToks even though he
I
hates
don't
them.
mind that, though. That's a good way to say, I messed this up.
That's true. He's kind of
that's self-deprecating.
Kegs and eggs in football. Let's go.
I thought his dancing was actually pretty good for a fat
Yeah, for a
guy,
fat
right?
guy,
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, I wish I could have the moves like that. I mean, my mother's sending me dance videos from their cruise in Europe right now. Oh,
Hell
my
yeah.
God.
They're doing dance videos? Your parents?
Oh, yeah. It is a John Knox Village on the water. They're all
I gotta
listening
see
over there
this.
right now.
Hell yeah.
I gotta see
Keep
this.
dancing, man. You're
Yeah,
cruising
absolutely.
Europe, dude.
Yeah, they're on this river cruise. I mean, it's like Old Person Central out there, man.
Sweet.
And it's like they're doing the YMCA. And I think the Macarena was
Live it
one. The one where everybody holds each other's waist and walks around.
Okay. The waltz or something?
No, it's a long line. Why am I drawing
Tango?
a blank on it?
Congo.
Yeah,
Congo
yeah.
line.
What's the song though they play?
Everybody rumbo.
Nope,
Uh-huh.
not that song. Oh, come on.
Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay. Harry
Dun,
Belafonte.
dun, 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 dun,
Congo
dun.
song.
Oh yeah. And then my dad's like singing in the background, and he's doing the YMCA, and all he's doing is "Young man."
Is he doing the point?
I can't see. He's got the phone.
Oh, he's got the
My
phone, but you
mother
can
is
hear him.
doing the point, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I really need to see this.
There you go. Dion's a character.
Dion is, yeah. And that's why they're going to have success at Colorado. And I'm talking financial success at Colorado.
Yes.
Because Dion's the face. Dion's made that university grow. He's built that football team.
Will Bill Belichick have a similar impact on North Carolina? Now, I know they're not coming from the rubble like Colorado is, but will people go to North Carolina like people will go to Colorado because of Dion? Not just for football, but Bill Belichick's there? Yeah, it'll be fun. Let's go.
Maybe. Depending on how it goes in year one.
If they win 8 games this year and it's pretty good first year.
Or maybe a quarterback's going to steal his girl.
Oh.
Yes.
What's going to happen when a player makes a move on Belichick's girlfriend?
Is it Cha Cha Cha? Is that the song?
No.
Or is it La Cucaracha?
It's the... Oh, come on.
La Cucaracha means the cockroach.
Let me see if I can find it.
Tarkanian at UNLV. He just bit a towel.
No,
That doesn't sound like I know what that sounds like. That sounds like Kids Bop 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at this cruise, I mean, it pretty much is.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
One time. There's my mother.
Look at her living her best life.
She is living her best life.
Did she borrow my quarter zip?
This isn't it?
Nope.
Because, this is,
This is great.
The locomotion, maybe, is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Come on, do the locomotion with me.
Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, you just use this as like background music for this topic. 913-586-7965. Who's the best character of sports as a coach right now? Remember Bobby Valentine?
Bobby Valentine was great, putting on the fake mask.
After getting injected?
nose. Yeah.
Somebody says the LSU women's basketball coach, the
yeah.
character, Corella
Yeah.
DeVille. She had a hell of a thing the other day.
Jaden Smith, KLSU Sports. Coach, it's the second straight year you guys get eliminated in the Elite Eight. Just yeah.
Terrible or is that good?
Terrible.
Is it? How many Final Fours you play in?
None.
So it's probably pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
So she looks like Jerry Jones put on a wig. Who's having sex with Jerry Jones?
I don't mind her reacting that way, though, and I hate the fact that I'm on her side in this one against the media. But, I mean, that
So
guy...
explain.
Well, play it again.
It's hard to hear, but yeah, listen.
You want me to
sorry.
do
I
it?
thought you
Oh,
started.
okay, sorry. I got it.
Jaden Smith, KLSU Sports. Coach,
Real
it's the
son.
second straight year you guys get eliminated in the Elite Eight. Just yeah.
Terrible or is that good?
Terrible.
Is it? How many Final Fours you play in?
Like...
None.
So it's probably pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, why would you say terrible?
Because he's being funny. It's terrible to make the Final Four. He's probably a reporter from their school.
Yeah. Is it though? I mean...
I think that's probably what he was trying to do.
Be funny?
Yeah, be
he
funny.
Probably should have said, oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, the delivery could have been better.
Yeah,
One more
because...
time.
Jaden Smith, KLSU Sports. Coach, it's the
Sports.
second straight year you guys get eliminated in the Elite Eight. Just yeah.
It's pretty terrible, isn't it? Yeah.
Terrible.
Is it? How many Final Fours you play in?
Okay, now we can't have fun anymore.
None.
So it's probably pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Keep drinking
All
your
right.
water.
Like, how do you guys feel about it? I feel
Well,
like...
I don't like her.
I know, and I don't either. But
Well,
I'm like, I feel like I'm on her side in this one, though.
What's the Monet girl's name? She gave her like an absolute side eye, like B
yeah.
look because she didn't score any points in the first half. Like that's what
The actress from KC, Janae Monet.
No. But
Yeah.
Flage Johnson. that's
Flage
who it is.
Johnson,
Flage
that was
Johnson.
it,
And she
yes.
just kind of gave her like this look like, get away from it. It's like, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I like her at all, but that guy's saying terrible in that situation.
But he's being facetious.
Well, and and like
And
she
he's
asked
been
the
with
question.
her all year, and every time he's done reporting, he's from LSU Sports, and she's like, "It's pretty terrible, isn't it? Terrible." Like, yeah. Like she said it first.
She says that good or terrible. I
Right.
mean, it's not good. You gave me
I mean,
two
you
options.
went to the Elite Eight. Hey, it's not bad.
So she's Rick Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah, except she's
That's
actually
sad.
won titles. But I'm
done now.
No, I probably, if somebody would have said that to me, I probably would have been like, well, I don't know. I guess it's the Elite. That's fine.
Yeah. No, yeah, he probably could have handled that, but probably learning.
Yeah, learning
him-
moment. He's
for
obviously
him.
a student,
Yes.
KLSU, or whatever he said, you know.
Yeah.
But
she started the joke, and then when he responded in the way that she wanted him to, it wasn't funny anymore.
Yes.
oh, you think she wanted him to say terrible?
She started the joke.
She said, "Is that good or terrible?"
Yeah, like
Yeah, like that's kind of facetious. Like
Yeah,
she
like-
knows, kind of.
Is that good that I've been to Final Fours, or is it terrible that I haven't made in the last years? Well, I'm reporting on the school. It's terrible. I want to see you guys go to the national championship. Yeah, how many Final Fours you been in? Okay.
Well, because let's play it the other way. If he says good, she could have probably. Oh, yeah, it is good. Yeah, right. Yeah,
So it's good that we
so
lost?
it's good. Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like either way,
Either way,
yeah,
she kind of cornered him.
yeah.
So yeah, I get where you're
Or
coming
you
from.
just send it back to her and go, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. You're the coach.
Yeah.
Long time listener on the text line says maybe she just needs a glass of Kim Crawford
Nice.
and a pack of Virginia Slims.
Oh, there's no question. You could definitely see her at Touche's with a bottle of Kim Crawford and a Virginia Slim sitting at the bar,
Oh yeah.
putting out the vibe.
Now let's have a conversation. If I'd have seen her in 1990, there's a chance I'm going to sit next to her at the bar and try to pick
Yes.
her brain. And
Yeah.
see what maybe Kim's up to later that night. And I'll have a glass of Kim Crawford Chardonnay because I know one's going to equal 4, which is going to equal one hell of a night.
Hell yeah.
That's a whole bottle, 4 glasses.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
did
is.
some research. Yeah, Kim Mulkey, pretty good back in the '90s.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then stress and
Yeah, I don't know what
ego
happened, but
kind of took over, and she became like she looked into the ark of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Look away, Miriam. Don't look. Close your eyes.
913 says she baits the reporter.
Of course she did.
Yeah, that's
They
kind
were
of
terrible.
Yeah.
How's he supposed to answer? What do you think? Well, I'm asking you the questions.
Yeah.
You know that
Now,
you can-
but then when you give it back to her, if she says that back to you, then you go, all right, I'm out on
Yeah,
this one.
you're
not, because you're not going to win with her. She's going to keep
No,
going.
she's-
you
yeah,
know?
she's
kind of
being-
gave me like Boeheim vibes when he like
He's a jerk, too.
what he did to that female reporter. Absolutely.
Ugh. He picks his nose and eats it, too.
Ugh.
Somebody says she sounds like the Skankies lady. They are being skankies out there at those bats. Apparently they're working, or you just play Milwaukee and you get a confidence boost.
Either way.
The Brewers are equivalent to the easy golf course. When you shot a bad round, you go find the easy course to get your morale back up.
That's right. You just play the par 3.
Yeah, you just played the National. Hey, let's go play Hoots Hollow and just open it up. All right, sounds good. Shot an 84 today.
Smileys. Hey, I did well.
Sounds great. Mike Singletary comes in as a coach with character. Can't. What about Denny Green, R.I.P.?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
The Bears are who they thought they were, and we let them out the hook. You want to crown their ass.
He was good. Yeah, he was kind of a character. Parcells was definitely a character.
The big tuna.
Yeah.
What's the Chiefs coach with the biggest, or Kansas City coach, I'll say, with the most character?
Herm had a lot.
Tony Pena had a lot.
Ned had some flashes.
Ned had some.
He had some Kim Malarkey moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a nickname. Okay. Sorry, Ned.
Yeah.
My bad. You won 2 out of 3 against Cleveland. Sorry you got beat 8-2 today. I just figured I'd ask a fun question.
It's Ned, you idiot.
Yeah. Come on the other side. We'll wrap this show up and go back over what the rules that change in the NFL because, well, kicking the ball off in the NFL is now becoming more of a challenge. We'll explain what that means on the other side of 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
I have great fears of the skankies.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the college is paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is BC Bank and Cross First Bank. Together, we'll help ensure your dreams and possibilities become moments. Through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Together, we're building extraordinary impact in business, wealth, and community. BC Bank and Cross First Bank. Member FDIC.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 5-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at egopowerplus.com.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Baseball fans love the long ball, and FanDuel is giving you even more reasons to love home runs every Tuesday during the baseball season. Because with Dinger Tuesdays, all customers get a home run profit boost token. That means when you bet on moonshots, you can take your winning to all new heights. So whether it's a big blast or an oppo, FanDuel is your home for betting home runs. All you need to do is go to FanDuel.com, use my promo code KFNZ, and gear up to go yard all season long. So every Tuesday, pick your favorite player to hit a home run. Doesn't matter if it's Bobby Witt Jr., Aaron Judge. The decision is yours. Use my promo code KFNZ to claim your Dinger Tuesday profit boost. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook app, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Bonus issued with non-withdrawable profit boost. Token restrictions apply, including any token expiration and match wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Get help with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
We'll finish the show off with a question that we had earlier that we didn't get to. But before we do that, I want to get back into some of the NFL rules that were either changed or tabled. Devon, get the table. New ESPN employee Peter Schrager says this. Hearing that the tush-push debate amongst the teams is the rare rule change proposal where both sides are not only dug in and very passionate, but there is influential voices making cases to potential swing votes on both sides of the debate. This is a story of the week. It has been tabled until they meet again in May, so they will not have a discussion or a final vote on this until that happens.
God, what are these meetings going to be like? Are people going to be behind the scenes trying to pressure other owners into eliminating this tush-push thing?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, who cares? And just let it happen. Make people stop trying to create rules in the NFL to make it equal for everybody. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
I mean, if the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl this year, do you think we would be having the tush-push conversation?
No, because of the success rate.
Right.
Like if the Wildcat continued to be successful, do you think they would have a rule about the Wildcat?
Yeah.
It died. Like Ronnie Brown and Cadillac. It wasn't Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams, but it was Ronnie Brown and somebody from Miami. They did it for like 2 weeks, blew the Patriots out, and everybody was like, oh, wow, the Patriots didn't see this coming? And then everybody had film of it, and it was like, nobody runs the Wildcat anymore.
Right.
It's like tahine, right? Like I feel like we've had the tahine spice kick, and then like 2 weeks from now, no one will even know what tahine is, or those like weird avocado strawberry chocolate thing that everybody's eating right now. I don't know what that is.
Avocado chocolate strawberries?
It's like the Dubai chocolate strawberry thing, or whatever. It's kind of like not avocado, but it's like pistachio cream with chocolate and strawberries, and then it looks like grass on top.
Yes.
They are good?
Yes.
Yeah, pistachio cream is really
I really
good.
like it.
Sounds expensive.
I don't think it is. You can buy like a Jello pudding box and make it
And
that
it's
way.
good?
I think it's great.
What's
but
the
I'm a big
grassy stuff
like you
on
said.
top?
That's a good question.
Look.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
No, I mean, look. It's for the look. You know,
it's for the look.
Maybe.
For the,
I don't
for
know.
the
I
aesthetic,
don't even
yes.
know what you guys are talking about. I love pistachio cream.
You would like this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pistachio, chocolate, and strawberries?
Yes,
that sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty. Yeah,
It looks
Where
like
do you
a-
get these?
Places around Kansas City. Apparently, it's like a fad right now. I don't know.
I want to say that I thought I saw something like that at your store, your place, Hy-Vee.
At Hy-Vee has them?
I
Might have to look
I
then.
thought so. Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So here, I just took an image. So it looks like this. You've seen these, right? On like the internet? People
No,
eating
I've
these?
not. That looks really good. I'd hammer that thing. Yeah.
But no, so the NFL had proposed rule changes in their coaches' meetings that obviously we talked about with the photo. If you missed that, you can go look at Dan Campbell's 3XL tall tee
Oh
polo.
my God, it's so good.
But the NFL owners have agreed to allow both teams to possess a possession in overtime. The original proposed time was 15 minutes. It has now been down to 10 minutes. So each team gets the ball and the opportunity in overtime in the regular season, not just in the playoffs.
The NFL has become the it's not fair league, and if something doesn't seem fair, we're just going to change the rules to try to make it fair. I hope these owners stick to their guns and say, no, we're not changing the tush push. We're not changing the tush push. Figure out a way to stop it. It's not a play that's run every single time. Figure out a way to stop it.
The NFL owners have also now approved proposals to expand the league's replay assist system.
Okay, that's fine. Everything should be reviewable. If you've got an angle on it and it can help somebody get the call right and it's not interfering with the game, like you got some guy up in the booth that's watching all this kind of stuff or somebody in New York that's watching all this stuff and they can see something. Well, hang on a second. Make that available. Baseball's doing challenges now. It doesn't take long. The ABS in baseball, fantastic. Takes 10 seconds, if that, to do. If in the NFL, see, the problem with the NFL, though, is their reviews are college basketball-like.
Yes.
It's too long.
They're also it's hard to compare it to baseball or to tennis because you're looking at one or two things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In football, there's so many factors.
Did his finger get brushed?
Yeah. When did he drop possession? Did it go through the ground? Did he get there's just a million things. So I think it's going to take longer. But you're right. We've got to speed it up.
They've got to find a way to speed that thing up. Let's go here. And the reason they don't speed it up is because it's a perfect window for a commercial.
100%. We're closer to 4 hours at this point for an NFL game than 3. Right?
No, I think we're about 3:10 for an NFL game. They still got it. If it's getting slow at the end, they're speeding that thing up so we can get to the next game.
3:10 to Yuma.
That's right.
Great movie. Russell Crowe, Christian Bale.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Detroit proposed a rule to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding and illegal contact. It did not pass.
See, that one I would have been in favor of passing.
Great. Do we have votes on this, or do we just say no pass? It says pass or no pass?
Pass or fail.
Damn it.
NFL kickoff's proposal was separated into 2 votes today, one that was passed and one that was tabled.
What was passed?
The football now moves to the 35 after a touchback.
Okay, so they're hoping to create more returns out of that.
Correct. So no vote at this time on the onside kick modification. It will be picked back up at the May meetings as well. To your defense, what you were just saying with this touchback spot change, the NFL has been projecting an increase in the return rate from 33% in 2024 to between 60 and 70% in 2025.
That's a guess. That's a complete guess, right?
There are some downstream aspects that could come into play in terms of field position, scoring, game management when you add that many plays.
Yeah, well, because you're also, if you're the kicking team, right? Say the Chiefs are kicking off. You kick it into the end zone. Instead of getting it at the 30 or the 25, now you're getting it at the 35. Now you only need to go 65 yards. So you're probably going to see what they're hoping, shorter kicks, pop them up, field it inside the 5, and make these guys run them back and have returns.
That'd be great. Yeah, if you get a 35, you said 65 for a touchdown, and you're talking 20-25 for a field goal.
For a field goal.
That's it.
Yeah.
2 first downs.
Yeah.
Points.
Make it easier for Mahomes and Butker.
That's for sure.
The NFL owners have also tables. The tush-push conversation. No decision about this. The future will be in the meetings in May. So we still don't know about the tush-push, but there's a lot of back and forth. It's fair. It's not fair. It sounds like, a bunch of old men griping at each other like, you can't do it. Well, we can, but you can't, but I can, but you can't. Tables.
Yeah, Diana says, while the play itself might not be banned, it could look different going forward. Proponents of this play, including the Eagles, don't look at this result as a win. So that's the main hot button topic, I guess.
They banned the tush push and the Eagles missed the playoffs. That'd be like,
awesome.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, really.
Got a Super Bowl out of it, though.
Pro Football Talk report from 1 minute ago. Cowboys have offered Micah Parsons the highest non-QB deal in NFL history.
Good.
Wow.
See you, Dak.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, seriously. Damn. I'd like that, yes.
So they got him, Dak, and CeeDee all locked up and nothing to show for it.
One playoff win, maybe? Yeah, a couple playoff wins.
So is the Dak to Cleveland thing then dead if they're going to go out and get Kirk Cousins?
Well, that's what Rossini was reporting, that she thinks they're going to draft I don't know what they think, but her theory is that you draft Abdul Carter and then the next day you go say, hey, you're Atlanta. What are you thinking? You're not going to use him? You don't want to have that contract on your books?
The NFL memes just tweeted out pictures for April Fools.
That's just everybody with the Chiefs holding the trophy.
Heck yeah.
Jerry Jones with the Super Bowl trophy, Lamar with the Super Bowl trophy, Josh Allen with the Lamar Hunt trophy.
If you're a Bills fan, you hate that. You're like, damn it.
They do have one with the Chiefs, of course. It's Patrick Mahomes wearing a three-peat shirt and the Super Bowl.
That's unfortunate. Well, at least, Jerry Jones is locking up the right players.
The last time we won a Super Bowl, I could still get hard without taking a pill. Nowadays, my dinger just looks like a wet biscuit.
So it's interesting. They've offered him the highest non-quarterback deal in the history of the NFL, right?
Yeah, because who just signed it? It
Garrett.
was Jamar Chase, right?
Oh, yeah, Jamar Chase after Myles Garrett.
After Myles Garrett. Like, we've seen a couple of
Yes, we've
these
seen a couple.
already this year. So if you're Micah Parsons, do you sign this deal or do you hold out for more?
I'm signing.
Well, he said they were going to win a Super Bowl this year, and then what's-his-face said he's out of his ass talking. And then he's like, yeah, we may not win a Super Bowl, but damn, I'm going to get a lot of money. Somebody
Good for
says from the text line, make it fair and allow the defense to push from behind as well.
Yes.
On the tush push.
I'm great with that.
Would that have the same effect?
I don't know. We've never seen it. We've just seen the defense line up, and then we saw, what was it, the Pittsburgh Steelers just kept jumping over Washington.
And
That
then
was
you
just
saw
kept going and going
like
and going.
Chris Jones in the Super Bowl went perpendicular to the line to try to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mark Schlereth brought up a good point on special teams. You're not allowed to push into other players or push people forward on special teams, but you are on the tush push, so you should make that congruent. You can't have it not be legal on special teams and have it be the whole way an offense moves and perpetuates the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to be consistent.
You know how we talk about all the funny torpedo bat memes?
Yeah.
You two go to your direct messages on Twitter and look what I just sent you and try not to laugh. It's so great. They actually have prop bets out right now of people that use the.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I had a question with Bob off the air. When they do the home run derby in July, use the torpedo bats.
Please.
I mean, it's working. De La Cruz hit one all the way to, I don't know, Montana last night. Hit two of them.
God, De La Cruz.
Imagine Brady Sr. going from Bobby Witt Jr. to Ellie De La Cruz at shortstop. You're like, wow, nothing really changes here. This is still fun. Royals back in action tonight, starting on the air at 5:30 with Vern's On Deck show. They will go and play in Milwaukee again. They are 1.5 favorites in tonight's game. Take them on the money line. Take the point spread. You know they're going to win. The starting pitcher is an opener with an ERA of 18. As long as Angel Zerpa doesn't get into the night's game, the game should be in your advantage.
I don't understand how an opener has an ERA of 18. Isn't that counterintuitive of what we're trying to do here? What the hell was that?
I mean,
the opener. God. Can we make it any more weaker in baseball? I can't pitch the first. Well, then you can't pitch here, sir.
Well, when life gives you lemons, use a torpedo bat.
That's right.
And also go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe. Coming up, it's a full show from Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2.